This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach and look at the pregame stats all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
And a very pleasant good evening, everybody, as we welcome you here to tonight's game. As tonight we come to you from Century High School. As tonight, the Preston Indians will take on the Century Diamondbacks. First of all, we'll apologize right off the top. No video available tonight, as we are not allowed to shoot video here this evening. Video rights are held by idahosports.com. As if you like to watch tonight's game, you can log on to Idaho Sports, look under live events, and scroll down to this game between Century and Preston. There is a small charge of $5 to be able to watch the game, but you'll be able to watch the broadcast there and still turn down their sound and turn up John and I, and hopefully it'll sync up as best as it possibly can. Preston comes here to Century having lost 2 games in a row for the first time this year as they try to bounce back from the loss last week at home against the Diggers of Sugar Salem. And last week's game, John, I know you weren't there, but Preston scored a couple of late touchdowns and made the score look a lot better than what the game actually was.
Yeah, I had to watch it. I couldn't connect onto the internet last week, so I had to watch it, and I was watching the scores, and it looked like a blowout. I think they went up 21 or 22 to nothing, and then Preston started coming back with one, and then it went from there, and it kind of evened out in the second half or late third quarter, early fourth quarter. So Preston has the potential. There's no doubt about it, and it's just no doubt Sugar Salem's a good team. I mean, look at their record, 25-2 in the last 3-4 years.
Yeah, exactly.
And so and Preston's still rebuilding. I mean, we have a hard time sometimes keeping consistency, but I think Coach Thornley's doing a good job. I think we're climbing the ladder. I think Preston is really coming alive.
Preston moved the ball well against a good Sugar Salem defense between the 20s. Once they got into the red zone is where they struggled a little bit. They turned the ball over on downs 3 times in the offensive red zone in the game. That's something you just can't do if you want to win.
Yeah, the red zone is probably the most important part of the game once the teams are in there, because you're limited to field and only certain plays will work. Brecker Knapp can't throw 40 yards down the field when he's inside the red zone, so he's got to pick and choose inside the end zone or in close and let them get in. So it's it's a lot tougher that way.
They showed a new wrinkle last week, and that was Brecker Knapp running the ball. As they'd empty the backfield, put 5 wide receivers in, and then Brecker would go off the corner on whichever linebacker dropped into coverage and left that corner open, and he ran 14 times for about 76 yards, I remember right off the top of my head.
Yeah, and that was a surprise to me because, the whole year we've watched Brecker Knapp. He's run it a few times, but he doesn't get very far. He has if he drops back and then has to run through the line, they close in on him really quick. But last week, with the design, and I think Coach Thorson will comment on this, but they created a design because nobody was expecting him to run. So they had opened up some holes for him last week.
For Century, last week they were their own worst enemy in a loss on the road at Thunder Ridge. They turned the ball over 5 times in the game, 3 times in the first quarter. They gave up 42 points in the first quarter and ended up losing last week to Thunder Ridge. And they come into tonight's game 3-3 on the year.
Yeah, and Thunder Ridge is a 5A team. They're an upper-class team, and they're tough. They really are. That's a good team, a good program. They're fairly new. They're, 2 years, 3 years?
The school's fairly new, you're right.
Yeah, it's fairly new. So, these teams around here are starting to get, they're going to try and catch up to them. But, it's a big it's a big school.
The 3 losses for Century this year have come against Sugar Salem, the defending 2A national state champion, who we know all too well from last week, and then to 2 5A schools. Thunder Ridge last week, and also lost the crosstown rivalry game with Highland earlier in the year as well.
Yeah, and usually they've given Highland a pretty good team, and Highland, being 5A, they're tough. But they that's a team that can surprise you, can come and go any week.
So we'll take a timeout. Actually, we'll wrap up tonight's Scene Setter, brought to you by our friends at ChemDry of Northern Utah. Coming up on the pregame show, we'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back. We'll look at some highlights from last week's game. We'll talk to Coach Eric Thorson. Plus, we'll also chat for a couple of minutes with Athletic Director Brett Knapp. Thank you very much. I drew a blank there for a second. As the COVID-19 is starting to become a little bit of a problem, especially here now in eastern Idaho. We'll talk to Brett Knapp about COVID and what's happening with the other sports programs around the area. We'll do that as we all continue here on the pregame show. We'll do that as we continue right after this.
KACA.
Hi everybody, it's Dan Hubbard for ChemDry of Northern Utah. A few weeks ago, we found ourselves really needing to have our carpets cleaned at home. Dirt, stains, pet hair, and the remnants from all the chemicals trying to melt snow last winter had our carpets looking dingy and downright ugly. We called Teresa and Daryl at ChemDry of Northern Utah, and in a very short time, they had our carpets looking like new. They not only cleaned our carpets, but they also got up all the leftover pet hair to the point where you couldn't even tell that we had pets in the house. It was like we had brand new carpets all over again. So if you live in the northern Utah area, anywhere south of the Idaho state line down to Ogden, call Teresa and Daryl at ChemDry of Northern Utah at 435-752-6100 and let them come in and take care of your carpets. You won't be disappointed. We weren't. 435-752-6100. For ChemDry of Northern Utah.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and
Sushi, a word that is as fun to say as the food is to eat. Try it. Say sushi. Now run down to Stokes Market and pick up some fresh-made sushi. Yes, I said Stokes Market. They now have the family fresh sushi specialists making outstanding sushi platters and party trays fresh every day. They even make up custom platters so you can get your favorite sushi dishes. Any kind of fish upon request, even vegetable sushi available with no meat. Enjoy the fresh-made platters already available or order the kind of sushi you want. Give them 2 hours and a special custom sushi platter will be waiting for you at Stokes Market in Preston. Go ahead, say it. I know you want to. Sushi, fresh for you right now.
The KACH Cash Magnet Contest is here, and you can win money just by listening to your radio. Simply pick up one of the cash magnets available many places around town and be listening after 7 o'clock each weekday morning as I will call out a 4-digit number. If your magnet has that 4-digit number, you'll have 1 minute and 5 seconds to call the radio station, and you could win the cash jackpot of the day. If no one wins, the cash prize will go up $5 a day. Find a cash magnet, be listening weekday mornings, and get ready to win with FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric in Preston, Idaho. It's what we do.
Welcome back here to the pregame show. It's the Preston Indians and the Century Diamondbacks coming up from Century in just a little bit. First, let's go back and look at some highlights from last week's game as Preston entertained the Sugar Salem Diggers last week at home. It was a tough first half last week for Preston as they trailed 20-0 at the halftime break. Midway through the third, Preston got things going on offense, and it all got started on this completion to Cole Harris that took the ball down inside the Sugar Salem 10-yard line.
First down again and 12. This time they'll line Thorson up in the backfield, twins to each side. Brecker wants to throw, and immediately he's going to go deep again. There's Harris. He's got it. Down to the 10. First down. 26-yard completion this time for Knapp.
After a sack and a delay of game penalty, Preston was looking at a second down from the Diggers' 37. That's when Brecker Knapp found Chevy Nelson for a touchdown.
Of course, Knapp has punted tonight, so I don't know if it's going to be some kind of quick kick or not. Nope, they're going to go for it. He wants to throw, goes long. He's got a man, Nelson. He's got it, touchdown. 38-yard scoring pass, and Preston's on the board.
Preston would then allow a long Sugar-Salem touchdown late in the third and then another touchdown early in the fourth and trailed 34-7. Preston, however, would cut into that lead on this scoring pass to Tyler Linhart of 13 yards.
Knapp rolling right, still rolling, throws for the end zone, and little hand fighting, flags come in. Linhart made the catch. They signal touchdown. Now let's see what the flags are. Both men were pushing and shoving down there. The indication from our official, touchdown is the result of the play. Pass interference against the defense. The touchdown will stand.
A 2-point conversion made the score 34-15 in the fourth. Preston would score the final touchdown of the game. Once again, it would be that combination of Knapp to Harris, this time for 52 yards.
4th and 25. Again, Thorson comes back in motion to the near side. They fake it to Emery. Underneath to Harris. He has it. Breaks one tackle. Picks up the first down. Still on his feet at the 20. Breaks that tackle. Touchdown! 52-yard scoring play. Knapp to Harris. And they get a little bit closer.
However, the game would end 34-22 with the Diggers coming out on top. We will take a break, and when we come back, it'll be time to sit down for our pregame chat with head coach Eric Thorson as we talk about tonight's game against the Century Diamondbacks. We'll do all that right after this timeout.
KACA.
The year is 1945. America is at war with Japan. The average home costs $5,000. And a day's worth of hard labor will earn you $9. 1945 is the year West Motor Company said, hey, let's sell cars in Cache Valley and give people a better car buying experience. Today, 75 years later, West Motor is still giving you a better experience. Right now, enjoy 0% financing or save more than ever on a new truck or SUV. See westmotorcompany.com for pictures, details, and discounts on every vehicle.
westmotorcompany.com.
There are lots of reasons why Sanders Furniture has been in business for 88 years. One reason is the quality brand appliances and furnishings you can get when you shop at Sanders Furniture, like Amana, Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid. You'll also find comfortable recliners and seating, tables, beds and mattresses, home decor, and accents. If you like to shop where you're appreciated without a bunch of pressure from the salesman, then make sure you stop by Sanders Furniture today. We appreciate every customer. 148 South Main Street, Soda.
The Preston Indians return home to play their final 2 home games of the year, and it starts Friday night as the Pocatello Indians come to town. Pokey is 5-1 this year and come into this game after having last week's game postponed. The battle-hardened Preston Indians continue through the toughest part of their schedule as they get ready for another Southeast Idaho Conference matchup with the Pocatello Indians. Catch the action starting at 6:30 on Friday night with the pregame show on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH and the video feed on mylocalradio.com. Tonight's pregame visit with the coach is brought to you by Rounds & Associates Insurance Services Incorporated, the local independent insurance agency offering you many different options for all of your insurance needs. Call for your competitive quote today at 208-852-20. Rounds & Associates Insurance Service is an independent insurance agency with Allstate, Travelers, Auto Owners, Safeco, Progressive, and Nationwide, just to name a few. Stop by the office for your competitive quote today. Rounds & Associates Insurance Service. Call 208-852-2500. Rounds & Associates Insurance, supporting both the Westside Pirates and the Preston Indians on to victory. You've got this. Don't weaken. Rounds & Associates Insurance Service. Call today, 208-852-2500.
KACA.
Welcome back here to the pregame show. Time to spend a couple of minutes with head coach Eric Thorson as we get ready to take on the Century Diamondbacks here in just a little bit. Another tough game last week against another very good team in Sugar-Salem.
Yeah. When you go play a team that's 25-2 over the last 3 years, you definitely know what you're up against, and you do everything you can to win it. But that didn't happen. Doesn't mean we're not proud of what the players did or the growth or development. We always want to win.
You know, and you're able to move the ball well. Things look like they're coming right along, and all of a sudden you get into the red zone and you come up with some empty possessions.
Yeah, that's something you spend the weekend really putting a lot of time into thinking of. If you want to know what I was up about thinking is should we have kicked field goals there? We were right on that edge where we felt like maybe we could have kicked a field goal, went for it and didn't get it on both those fourth downs. So. That red zone is something that's been for us for this year has been a big struggle. But we've been making it a point of emphasis in practice, and hopefully we see an improvement there.
So now you flip the page and you start looking forward to this game here tonight against the Century Diamondbacks, a conference game and another tough team that you have dead in your sights.
Yeah, no, we're definitely excited. We want to play the best team. So here we go.
When you look at Century, what kind of things do you expect out of them? I know that we had them at home last year, but it was a tough game, but you ended up beating them in the end.
We're very fortunate to make that win. That was big for our program. This year, this week, we have a pretty good beat on the players and who they use to win, and we're going to be doing our best to stop that. What we look to see out of them is confidence. Century is a confident team. It is a team that's been beaten, but that doesn't seem to shade their confidence. So we're looking at a team that's going to fight hard. We're looking at a team that's going to key on using Soul and using Fleischman in the pass game. Defensively, they fly around. We're just hoping that our game plan will be just right and we'll execute well.
Brecker had another pretty good game. Had a season high in rushing yards as you kind of threw a different wrinkle at him. You emptied the backfield and let Brecker just kind of pick holes running off the corners.
Yeah, there's no question on the ability of Sugar Salem's team. And we felt like one thing that they wouldn't be accounting for is that our quarterback would take off running. And we were able to take advantage of that. Now that's on film. Now people know it. We're going to have to find other wrinkles, but also we want to build on that. We want to build on his ability to run. And we feel like it makes our offense more powerful.
Do you try to use the run to set up the pass or the pass to set up the run?
We try. We do everything we can to advance the ball. You'd have to talk to the other team's defensive coordinator to get that answer. Depending on what we see when we come out, we make decisions. Our offense is built around being able to line up, look at their defense, and make those decisions. So
that's a great concept to be able to bring it to the line of scrimmage each time, to be able to look at them and then figure out exactly what you want to do.
For sure, and we're not alone in that. That's a pretty common among teams to have that type of strategy. We believe Brecker's a very smart quarterback. He's been getting better and better every week, and look forward to him using his intelligence to operate the offense.
I know you have to play the cards you're dealt. You wish you had more conference games or than just the two you end up having this tonight and next week?
Nothing gets the kids excited like having a conference game, and so more conference games. I would say usually as a coach you try and be diplomatic and leave it up in the air, but I'd say we would have preferred more conference games.
Well, hopefully things will come out well tonight here in Century. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you, appreciate it.
KACH, my local radio.
Your kitchen will soon be filled with the delicious, warm, homey smells that come with holiday baking. You might want to start stocking up on the ingredients you'll need from Stokes Market in Preston. Get 5 dozen large eggs for just $3.99. Butter is 2 pounds for $5. And on the cereal aisle, you'll find Malto-Meal bagged cereal for $1.99. Price is good through next Monday at Stokes Market. And ask the service desk for help installing the app for digital coupons. You'll be shocked at the savings you'll find. Shop, enjoy, save. Stokes Market.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Having your prescriptions refilled has never been easier. You can refill 24/7, set reminders, save medications, and access your account from the new My Community Pharmacy mobile app offered by Preston Drug. It's simple to use and it's simple to get. Log on to PrestonDrug.com and enter your mobile number. We'll send you the app. It's as simple as that. There are some things in life that have been made easier through technology. This is one of them. The app offered by Preston Drug is a quick and easy way to refill medications and promote a healthy lifestyle. Visit PrestonDrug.com.
KACA.
We wanted to catch up with Athletic Director Brent Knapp before this game gets started, as COVID-19 now becoming a little bit of an issue with some of the other schools, not only around the conference, but around eastern Idaho, as some of the teams that we have played and yet to play starting to have some COVID-19 issues. I guess first thing is, I guess, knock on wood, that it hasn't really become a big issue at Preston as of yet.
Yeah, it's a little bit different at each school, because each school district has their own formula for what they had to provide to the state to get back into school and how they're back into school. We're trying to be as normal as possible, and luckily we've been able to do that. But not each school that we come into counter, that we are up against, we have to follow their rules when we're at their place. And yeah, we are starting to see a little bit as the season goes on. There's some teams that have been affected, and our biggest thing is, first of all, we're excited to be able to be here, because there was a time this summer where we didn't know if we were going to be able to, and we saw what happened in the spring and how devastating that was to kids. So we're glad to be playing, but at the same time, now that we are playing, we don't want it to be cut short either.
We look at the schedule, and games are getting postponed. 2 games postponed tonight. A team that we have to play next week, and Blackfoot, the team that we played a couple of weeks ago. Any concerns for where things stand as of right now, looking forward and looking back? Because hopefully, none of the kids have tested positive from playing against Blackfoot, and hopefully things will get cleared up at Pocatello before we have to play them next week.
Yeah, it does have some concerns, because these are now conference games, which carry a little bit more weight into the postseason. There's a little more urgency to get them. It's one thing to cancel a non-conference game and just say we're being safe, but when that has implications to your postseason play, then there has to be some different things put into place. So we are looking at different options. If something would happen that way, and how we don't have exactly how it would be. We wish we would have known a little bit more to be able to do this at the start of the season, but we're learning as we go, and we want to have things in that make it as fair as possible for the teams that earn the right to be there to be able to go on into postseason.
I know that you keep pretty good track of kids' temperatures every day at practice before practice gets started. Looking back, having played Blackfoot a couple of weeks ago, anything changed or as far as your protocols and protecting the Preston kids, having known that now that there's been a couple of kids test positive on the Blackfoot team?
Well, it's not just Blackfoot. We've actually had a few cases even from earlier on in the season. I think the biggest thing is communication. The schools, when they find that out, they try to get that information out so that we're aware of it and kind of can watch for it. Fortunately, so far we haven't had anything that's stopped us. We have had some kids that had to quarantine a little bit. We have had, had to take some precautionary measures at certain places, but fortunately it hasn't affected our team at this point. But yes, there are protocols that are being put into place, in case something would happen now or even down the road or into the winter seasons as well, as we kind of have a better idea of what we're looking for.
Because it's not just a football issue. I know that the volleyball teams had some issues. They had a match postponed against Century that they're making up. It's not just a football issue. It goes out and bothers everybody.
Yeah, it is. We have talked as ADs in our conference and saying how we need to be flexible. We need to be able to move schedules as we can. It's not always convenient, but again, if that means that we get to reschedule those games, that's critical, and that's what at this point everyone's willing to do.
We appreciate your time and giving us some insight on what's happening with COVID-19, and again, continued best of luck as we try to keep the kids healthy and keep them on the field.
Well, I appreciate it. Appreciate all you do, and go Indians.
KACA.
In the good old days, you did business with people who treated you well, had a firm handshake, and looked you in the eye. At West Motor here in Preston and Logan, that's the way we did it. Since then, we've grown and added technology, but we didn't leave the good stuff out. We still offer a free car wash when you're in for service. We offer quality Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Ford vehicles. We look you in the eye when we give you our no-charge lifetime powertrain warranty, and we finish every deal with a firm handshake. The good old days were good, and these days are good too. We know we've been here all along. Visit West Motor today.
West Motor Company.
Behind every project is a True Value. At Stokes Market and True Value in Preston, whether you need hardware, dog food, tools, batteries, plumbing supplies, paint, or cleaning products, you'll find them all. Plus a whole lot more at Stokes Market and True Value. With a large inventory, you'll find all the big name brands you trust and low prices every time you visit. So whether you're just starting or you're in the middle of a project, stop in today and visit our friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State. Having your prescriptions refilled has never been easier. You can refill 24/7, set reminders, save medications, and access your account from the new My Community Pharmacy mobile app offered by Preston Drug. It's simple to use and it's simple to get. Log on to prestondrug.com and enter your mobile number. We'll send you the app. It's as simple as that. There are some things in life that have been made easier through technology. This is one of them. The app offered by Preston Drug is a quick and easy way to refill medications and promote a healthy lifestyle. Visit prestondrug.com.
A proud member of the Co-op. We save you money on advertising and enable you to reach more customers. We are KACH, Preston, Clarkston.
It's time for Preston Indians football. The New Look Indians take the field looking to bring home a conference title and qualify for another trip to the state playoffs. Tonight's game is brought to you by West Motors, celebrating their 75th year in the Cache Valley. Stokes Market True Value, with the freshest meats and produce, and now preparing and selling sushi. Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care in all of the Cache Valley. Rounds & Associates Insurance Agency, an independent agency with many options for all of your insurance needs. Preston Auto Parts CarQuest, for all the parts your car may need to keep running strong. Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and the surrounding communities since 1925. Ralph's Construction, building homes in the Blue Sage Park region in Preston. Naylor Insurance, for home, health, life, and auto, from Mutual of Enumclaw. Preston Pharmacy, now with their own phone app to help make tracking your prescriptions easier. And by Cornerstone Realty. When you're ready to sell your home or purchase the home of your dreams, call Cornerstone Realty. They want to be your agent. This broadcast is made possible through an agreement between Preston High School and Cook Brothers Broadcasting and is intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any rebroadcast of this game in whole or in part without the express written consent of Cook Brothers Broadcasting is strictly prohibited.
Our national anthem. And we welcome you back here to Century High School. Century Diamondbacks and the Preston Indians coming up here in just a couple of minutes. But before we go any further, here is our national anthem from here, from Century.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Century
and a group of seniors trying to sing the national anthem down on the track here before the game. They had technical difficulties, as far as why you could not hear it. But we're ready to play some football. For the Preston Indians, they won the toss tonight. They have chosen to defer, so they'll receive in the second half as we get going in this game in just a couple of minutes. John, before we get started, for Preston and Century both coming off losses last week, what are a couple of keys tonight for the Indians?
Well, the Indians are going to have to feel the Diamondbacks out. There's going to be some surprises for us, I'm sure. They need to be 100% attentive to their jobs and good hustle and just try to do their best. That's about all we can do.
Century High School would like
Diamondbacks are very good.
For Century Athletics.
One of the things that was happening tonight over here in Preston was the Preston Lady Indians volleyball team was playing a conference makeup match against Century tonight, and Preston had to win one of the last two remaining matches head-to-head against Century to win the regular season conference title. And the Lady Indians went out and got it done tonight. They won in straight sets, winning 25-19, 25-19, and 26-24. So the Lady Indians of Preston are your regular season conference champions, and they'll host the two-day round-robin conference tournament coming up, I believe it's the 20th and the 22nd at Preston Gym.
That'll be a fun weekend for the Lady Indians.
Once again, we apologize for not having video for you this evening. If you want to watch the game, you can do so on idahosports.com. Look up live events, scroll down, find the Preston Century game. There's a $5 charge, but you can at least watch the game. So Preston will kick off. Embry Thorson has the ball teed up at his own 40. As they'll go from right to left here in the first quarter. The Thorson line drive kick, that's going to get by the receiver there, Zach Snow. It'll trickle into the end zone and be a touchback, and the ball will come out to the 20-yard line for the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, that was smart for the Diamondbacks because that was kind of a slow roller into the goal line there, and it had just enough power to get into the end zone for a touchback. So yeah, that was a smart move on Century's part.
So here come the Diamondbacks, 1st and 10.
At their own 20.
At their own 20. Quarterback for the Diamondbacks is McKeon Romrell. He's a junior. And they'll come out. They'll show three wide receivers. Now man in motion goes back toward the left side. It'll almost look like he turned up too soon. They swing it out to him. It's completed there as it's complete to a number 18 that we don't have on the roster, and he's gone down the sidelines. Oh, it's 11. Bruin Fleshman's going to go 80 yards for a touchdown on the first play of the game.
Well, England had a shot at him, I thought, over on the far side, but he backed off and let him finish running the distance himself. He just kind of stepped over into the team thing. Either there's a flag or they called him out of bounds. I think he stepped out of bounds about the 48-yard line, 47-yard line.
So they're going to call it back. Yep, they're going to mark it. They're going to mark it at the Century 47. So he must have stepped out of bounds going right in front of the Preston bench.
And that's why England pulled up and just let him run to the end zone.
There's no reason to waste the energy. Let him run.
Exactly.
So 1st and 10 for the Diamondbacks at their own 47. This time they'll hand it off as it comes here to the near side. That's Drew Roberts. 5-yard gain for Roberts.
Yeah, that was a good run. He went off his right tackle, and before Preston could get there to close him off after a gain of 5.
2nd and 6.
Or 4.
2nd down and 6 coming up here. Ball just over the midfield stripe. Wants to throw, swings it out to Fleischman again over on the far side, and it'll be good for a first down. It'll be pick up about 8 yards and move the chains again.
Yeah, I think the receivers, the quarterback's good. He doesn't seem to throw a very hard ball, but the receivers have very good hands, and they catch everything. I was watching them in warm-ups, and I was going to call them State Farm receivers.
Good hands, huh?
Good hands, people.
First down from the 43. They'll run up the middle this time and get up near the 40-yard line, so it's the end of 3.
Picks up about 3 yards on the play.
As Roberts will continue to run the ball well.
That's a big boy.
Roberts, who so far this year has run for 337 yards. He's scored 5 touchdowns on the ground. He's the leading ground gainer for the Diamondbacks team. But they get about 70% of their offense through the air.
Yeah, you watch these.
McKeon's got a scramble, rolls out, tries to throw to Fleischman. It's a little high. It's off of Bruin's hands and out of bounds.
Bruins was one I was watching earlier. He's a tall. He looks like a good wide receiver. You know, he's tall and he can leap. How he missed that one is beyond me. I thought for sure he was going to get that one, but
Bruin,
a little bit too high.
Folks who follow the Preston basketball team, they've seen Bruin and his older brother Titan now for the last couple of years. Titan is an offensive and defensive lineman. He's already signed a letter of intent to play football at Montana State. And I was talking to some of the other coaches around the area, and Titan spent the entire summer in the weight room as they flipped this to snow on the little pitch in around. Breaks one tackle. He'll pick up the first down as he gets up near the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that was a reverse play as the quarterback rolled out to the right, and Zach. No, he was the quarterback, wasn't he? Or he was the one with the ball. I'm sorry, messed up. But he ran and got behind some blockers and got him the first down.
Well, 1st and 10. This one spotted at the Preston 32 now. Full house backfield as they'll give it to Roberts, and immediately runs in to Larson coming right up the middle.
1 yard loss.
Yeah, Rhett had a good spot on him. He watched him coming through all the whole time, and Rhett wrapped him up right at the line of scrimmage. So virtually no gain. In fact, a loss of about a half a yard.
Just finished the thought here on Titan Fleischman. Was spending the entire summer in the weight room. He put on 30 pounds of upper body strength, from what I've heard, to get ready to go play football in the Big Sky Conference next year. Screen pass, Roberts has it, as tries to make a move, and he's immediately brought down. Emery Thorson had him by the ankles and brought him down almost immediately.
Yeah, Thorson dove at his feet, grabbed both ankles, and just brought him down. Great tackle by Emery.
So it's 3rd down, couple yard loss. We'll call it 3rd down and 12. Roberts, single running back in the backfield. 3 receivers right, single receiver left. Looking as Romrell throws down the middle into a crowd, and it is going to be, it's caught, touchdown!
Touchdown!
That was
McKeon Romrell to Emmett Holt.
Hunter Wright was in perfect position to break that play up, but as he went up to tip the ball, the receiver grabbed it with both hands and was able to bring it down.
Emmett Holt came over and took the ball away and scored the touchdown, a 32-yard touchdown reception, and it's 6-0 Diamondbacks. Here is Braden Strauss here to try the extra point. As out of the hold of Bruin Fleischman, it is no good. He hooked it.
His extra point is no good.
So he pulled it a little bit left. It'll be Century 6.
Preston Indians
Preston
0.
getting the ball now for the first time. We come back. We'll have the kickoff coming up next.
KACH, my local radio.
Rounds & Associates Insurance Service is an independent insurance agency with Allstate, Travelers, Auto Owners, Safeco, Progressive, and Nationwide, just to name a few. Stop by the office for your competitive quote today. Rounds & Associates Insurance Service. Call 208-852-2500. Rounds & Associates Insurance, supporting both the Westside Pirates and the Preston Indians on to victory. You've got this. Don't weaken. Rounds & Associates Insurance Service. Call today, 208-852-2500.
KACH.
It looks like it's our barbecue food truck. I forget the name of it. I apologize.
Century comes out to kick off here.
Giveaways.
We apologize that the PA announcer is so loud. Where they put us literally is right below his speaker. And so we apologize for him being really
loud,
ear-piercingly loud.
That is Black Hawk Food Truck.
So here is
coming and supporting
here's the kickoff. It's going to come down. It'll bounce and be played there by Harris goes down the right side, breaks one tackle, gets across the 30 up to about the 32, well, they'll mark it. 20-yard return for Cole Harris.
Yeah, Cole Harris picked a nice hole going up the left side, or the right side with the Indians' right side as they're going south to north, left to right to left on the radio dial.
So here's Brecker Knapp come out as quarterback, threw for 262 yards last week and 3 touchdowns. That put him over 1,200 yards for the year. The 3 touchdowns that he had last week also gives him an even dozen now for the season. First down, wants to throw, looks right, looks left rather, goes back right, and it's over the head of Justin England out of bounds.
England didn't have a chance at that one. He stopped about 10 yards downfield, and then the ball went about 30 yards.
England is going to get a lot more action tonight, a lot more snaps at the wide receiver spot as Chevy Nelson's not in uniform tonight. He was a little nicked up last week and not quite ready to go here this evening. So second down and 10. Tyler Linhart splits out wide left, trips right, fake the handoff, wants to throw down the middle, and again, it's too tall and over everybody's head as a 5 feet over the head of Cole Harris.
Yeah, that's he must have some mojo. Must have had a strong drink before he came to football. He's thrown over the top of everybody.
So it's going to bring up third down and 10 as Brecker misfires on the first 2 passes of the night. As it looks like they will line up with twins to each side this time. Actually, they're going to empty the backfield. Trips right, twins left. Knapp stands in the backfield all by himself. Shotgun snap. Now he has to roll out of pressure. Rolling right, still looking, now throws down the sideline. Coming back to make the catch was England, but it's now they're going to say it was incomplete anyway. So it'll bring up 4th down and 10.
Yeah, so a 3 and out for the Indians.
Now, last week, they also showed another new wrinkle. Remember, Justin England kind of got his bell rung a couple of weeks ago, and last week they turned to Brecker Knapp to punt. And Brecker ended up punting 4 times last week and averaged 24 yards a kick.
Yeah, I saw him practice a couple of kicks today, so maybe he's going to kick again today.
And now a timeout called by the Indians. I'm not sure if they're missing people, exactly what the problem was, but Preston will take a timeout, and we'll take one as well. We'll be right back.
KACH, my local radio.
Sushi, a word that is as fun to say as the food is to eat. Try it. Say sushi. Now run down to Stokes Market and pick up some fresh-made sushi. Yes, I said Stokes Market. They now have the family fresh sushi specialists making outstanding sushi platters and party trays fresh every day. They even make up custom platters so you can get your favorite sushi dishes. Any kind of fish upon request, even vegetable sushi available with no meat. Enjoy the fresh-made platters already available or order the kind of sushi you want. Give them 2 hours and a special custom sushi platter will be waiting for you at Stokes Market in Preston. Go ahead, say it. I know you want to. Sushi, fresh for you right now.
KACH. KACH.
So Knapp back to punt. Here's the kick. 2 receivers back for the Diamondbacks.
Fair catch called.
And it'll be Javon Soul to call for a fair catch.
Ball will be placed at the
35-yard it'll be Century's ball at the 35, at their own 35. And the Century offense will come back out onto the field. Dan Hubbard along with...
What's his name?
No, I'm looking for something here. Along with John Savage with you tonight. So 1st and 10 here for Century. Sorry, I was looking for the right thing to put up on the screen. Romero wants to throw. Throws outside. It's complete. That is Sowell. Gets out of 1 tackle and ends up going to pick up a first down as it gets to the 13-yard completion.
Ramos been right on the money so far. His throws, he's only had 1 incompletion out of, 104, 105?
Yep, exactly. So another first down as they move the ball up to their own 48. They'll give this an off as again it's Roberts right straight ahead. Runs into a couple of players. He's brought down right about the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that was by Justin Inglet on the tackle.
Call it no gain. Bring up 2nd down and 10. Again, Century will go 3 receivers here to the right, the near side of the field. Preston line jumps, but they're not offside. They jump again as Romero has a pretty good hard count trying to get people jump. Now here's the snap. Quick out over on the far side. It's to complete to Bruin Fleischman. And it'll pick up about 6 yards.
Picks up 5 yards on the play.
Call it 5. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Second catch tonight for Fleischman.
Yeah, Romwell, like I say, he's on target and he's throwing quick. You know, they're quick passes. There's nothing, only 1 or 2's been long downfield.
Now this time Century will empty the backfield. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. No one in the backfield with Romero. Wants to quickly throw it outside. It goes to Snow. Tries to sneak up the sideline. He's going to be close to a 1st down. Let's see where they get a mark it at.
Snow picks up 3 yards on the play.
It's going to be short.
It's going to be short.
4th and 2 for the Diamondbacks.
Call it 4th and 2.
They'll go for it here, I'm sure. They're in 4-down territory.
They will go for it indeed. Quick snap. And quick snap. And Roberts came forward and ran over his quarterback and ended up throwing the ball into where nobody was at, and they're going to turn it over on downs.
Yeah, he wasn't expecting that. He dropped back to pass, and the fullback come up and just knocked him in the back. So he threw it way out of bounds.
Romero probably gives up 4 or 5 inches of height and about 25 pounds to Roberts, and he just ran the poor kid over. So 1st down for Preston. That's a
good break for Preston.
That's the most unusual turnover on downs I've seen, I think.
Yeah, that's definitely a weird situation there.
So Preston went 3 and out on their first possession, 1st and 10 here, as they'll give it straight ahead, as that is Iverson. Iverson gets out near the 50-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 6 on the play.
Good to see him get a good run in there. He went right through the line. They faked it to Harris and then gave it to Iverson, and Iverson gained 6 up right up through the middle.
2nd down and 4. Twin receivers to each side for Preston. Harris in motion back toward the right. They give it to Cole. Cole trying to get around the corner. He's submarined as coming up to make the tackle was Braden White. Kind of submarined Harris, and it'll be a yard loss, and it'll be 3rd down and 5.
For the Indians.
Yeah, this is an important down for the Indians. We need to build some confidence. We need to get a 1st down here. Get their confidence up.
So 3rd down and 5. Again, they'll go 4 wides, twin to each side, single running back in the backfield. And they're going to give it this time back here to the near side as it's Rawlings who breaks the tackle and finds a hole, running down the right side, down to the 15, to the 10, and he's finally caught from behind.
Preston,
it was caught. He
bringing that ball down to the
fast DB back there, number 22 for Jonah Sowell.
1st and goal.
Was able to catch up to him, but Tate had a great run.
That's 42 yards, and Preston has their first down of the night.
Here we are inside the 20 again in the red zone for the Indians. Let's see if we can capitalize.
Put the ball actually inside the 10. They hand it off straight ahead to Iverson.
About a 1-yard gain on the play.
Give Iverson a yard.
A tackle initiated.
And it's 2nd and goal.
13. Marcus Lee.
Marcus Lee on the stop for the Diamondbacks.
2nd and goal from the 9-yard line.
2nd and goal from the 9. You have to go almost the full length here without picking up the 1st down. Harris in motion back to the right again. They're going to throw him underneath, and it's too tall as Linhart went up to get it, but he couldn't reach it.
It went right through the hands of Linhart. He didn't quite get a grasp on the ball.
Knapp now is misfired on his first 4 attempts here tonight. Brecker, who came in to the game with a having hit on 74 of 166 passes this year. Takes the shotgun snap, rolling right, pulls the ball down around the sidelines. He's going to be knocked out of bounds.
Preston forced out of bounds.
As he gets up to about the 5.
You know, that was probably that play that put in last week, you know, for Brecker to run out, you know, on a split out. But he had 2 people open in the end zone, but he just couldn't quite get the balance to throw.
4th down at the 4. And it looks like Preston will kick a field goal. If you missed our conversation with Coach Iverson in the pregame show, he said he thought long and hard all weekend about whether he should have kicked a field goal in some of those situations last week. So here's Owen Pearson on to kick the field goal. High snap, the kick is up, and it is good.
Preston's
Well, that kind of puts a
your Century Diamondback 6
incentive there in Coach Thorson's program there. Successful kick.
So the kick is good, and Preston now trails by 3, 6-3. Timeout. We'll come back for the kickoff right after this.
KACA.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information, 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction. 435-232-18.
KACH.
6-3. Century leads here with 3:42 to play in the first quarter, as it will be Emery Thorson to kick off. Line drive kick taken by Snow. Coming back up the middle, runs into a couple of guys, falls across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by West Motor, celebrating their 75th year in the Cache Valley with Ford, Chrysler, Plymouth, Jeep, Dodge trucks, I should say, all available right in the city of Preston. 1st and 10. Century in the backfield. With the ball, they'll work out of the shotgun as new running back in there this time as the handoff goes to Keller Hillman. Hillman runs into a group and it becomes like a rugby scrum trying to push forward as much as they can get.
Yeah, they had both squads going right at each other. White pushing one way and purple pushing the other.
Call it a
4 yards.
Call it a 4-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Twins to each side here for Century. Looking right. Romrell wants to go deep. Coming back for the ball and making the catch is Emmett Holt for another big gain.
I think if it would have been a miscatch, they would have called pass interference on that, as Stetson Osler had a hard time keeping up with him. He got about a 6-inch
42-yard gain. 1st down, Diamondbacks.
shorter advantage to the receiver.
29-yard pass play. Gives them another 1st down. Swing it out this time as it's outside so well. Breaks one tackle, tries to go down the sideline, gets across the 20, drives forward to about the 15.
1st down, Diamondbacks.
Javon Sowell has some great speed. He just juked Preston. I think it was Emery. Thorson just juked him and didn't even have a chance to tackle him.
Back-to-back 1st downs here on consecutive plays for Century. As again, they'll go single receiver left. Fleischman back in motion to the left. Handoff to Hillman again straight ahead, right through the bulk of the Preston line. As you'll get up near the. We're so low, it's actually hard to see. Mark the ball at the 12. So 5-yard gain for Hillman. 2nd down and 5.
These lights are interesting. They point almost straight down, but yet you see shadows.
Hillman again goes straight ahead. He's brought down as Tate Rawlings gets to him first.
That'll bring up a 3rd down.
So it's third down now. Call it 5 here for the Diamondbacks.
They have to get to the 6-yard line for a first down.
As Romrell started over to talk to the coaching staff, now has the information he wants and runs back in. Hillman, the lone setback. They'll work out of the shotgun. 3 receivers to the right. Looking right. Now throws across the middle and it's going to be incomplete. As he wants the flag, Joe Sowell begging for a flag and gets one.
And that's true. Emery held him up just a little bit too long as he grabbed for his shirt. I believe it was Emery Thorson that held him there.
Pass interference called against the Indians.
You thought he was going to point against the Century there for a second.
Down
so pass interference called against Preston. That should be half the distance and automatic first down.
The thing of it is, it was unnecessary because that catch was not catchable.
So they'll move the ball down to about the 5-yard line.
First and goal from the 5-yard line.
First and goal. Romrell again out of the shotgun. Looking quick. Quick slant inside. Try to go back to Holt again. Incomplete.
And a good coverage by Tyler Lindhart, too, on that because he was right there and made it tough for the receiver to catch the ball.
Just the second incomplete pass thrown by Romrell here in the first quarter. Incomplete pass stops the clock. 1:17 to play in the quarter. 6-3, Century on top, but threatening for more. Second and goal. Handoff, Hillman straight ahead. He'll go to 6 yards for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Diamondbacks.
Yeah, good blocking scheme by the Diamondbacks through the line as he went right through the line.
So he'll
20
scamper through to make it 12-3. And again, on to try the extra point is Brayton Strauss. Flashman will hold. The long snapper is Miles Gifford. Snap is pretty good. Spot is down. The kick is up, and this one is true. And it's 13-3 with 1:14 to play here in quarter number 1. Another timeout. We'll come back to kickoff coming up right after this.
KACH, my local radio.
Rounds & Associates Insurance Service is an independent insurance agency with Allstate, Travelers, Auto Owners, Safeco, Progressive, and Nationwide, just to name a few. Stop by the office for your competitive quote today. Rounds & Associates Insurance Service. Call 208-852-2500. Rounds & Associates Insurance, supporting both the Westside Pirates and the Preston Indians on to victory. You've got this. Don't weaken. Rounds & Associates Insurance Service. Call today, 208-852-2500.
KACH.
Now Preston trailing by 10 here in the first quarter.
The Blackhawk food truck is giving away another
a much better start tonight for Century than they had last week against Thunder Ridge, and they turned the ball over 3 times and gave up 42 points in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's what I say. Preston seems to struggle here in the early going.
Here's the kick, comes down to the far side. It comes down to right. Right tries to get up the sideline. He's finally chased out of bounds as he got across the 30. See where they're finally going to mark it right at the 30-yard line. So a pretty good return by Hunter Wright. And first and 10 for Preston with 1:09 to play in the quarter. Becker Knapp still has not completed a pass here in the first quarter. He's 0 for 4. If you look at the way Preston has gone, the first quarter has always been their most difficult. In their first 5 games, they've only scored a total of 19 points in the first quarter all year. And they only have 3 so far here tonight. They tried that little end around again. This time it's running back, and they cut it right back up the middle. And I believe that was Harris. Nope, it's Tate Wright this time coming off the corner, as Tate's going to pick up about 7 yards on the play, make it 8.
That was really a second effort, 2 or 3 good efforts by Tate going through the line there. He was wrapped up early, but still made 8 yards out of it.
2 carries for 50 yards here in the first quarter for Tate Rawlings tonight. Second down and 2. 37 seconds to play in the quarter. Preston standing. Now they will have to run a play, I do believe. As comes over to say something to Inglet.
Oh, was it Inglet?
Yeah. As Clock down to 20 now. They get the snap off. They'll swing it outside. That's Rawlings. He's going to go up along the sideline, has the first down, and he's chased out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. And he's chased out of bounds over there by Jonah Sowell. That'll bring up a first. That'll be a first down for Preston.
That's more of the play that Brecker needs to do, is those quick outs and quick to the middle instead of trying to go down the field as much. But because the sure hands, we've got the catches. We can make the catches if we can get the ball.
Rawlings stepped out of bounds, so he stopped the clock with 15 seconds left in the quarter. As Brecker stands and looks over toward the sideline. Now has the play. They'll line up with twin receivers to each side. Single setback is right. Looking, throwing out here to the near side, and it's over the head of the intended receiver, Charles Iverson. And it'll bring up 2nd and 10 with 12 seconds to play in the quarter.
Also, that was a dangerous pass because it was overthrown to Charles, but there were 3 purple shirts right there very close to the ball.
Yeah, luckily they weren't watching the ball. They were trying to see where Iverson was, and they had no idea that the ball was that close. So 2nd down and 10. And if you again heard the interview with Coach Iverson, Preston will come out, they'll line up, see how the defense lines up, and then they'll adjust the play. That's what takes so long to get the snap off sometimes. They fake the handoff. Knapp will keep. Gets across the 45. It'll be a 1-yard gain on the play, and that will be the end of the first quarter. We're done with one here at Century tonight. We'll take a timeout. We're back with more Diamondbacks on top by a score of 13-3. We'll be right back.
Your Century Diamondbacks 13. Preston Indians 3.
If it's time to sell your home, retail property, or land, make sure to hire the realtor that has your best interest in mind. This is Mike Hansen, broker at Cornerstone Real Estate. As a licensed real estate broker in Idaho and Utah, I have over 20 years experience helping folks successfully sell property. I would like the opportunity to help you list and sell
I dropped my notes.
as quickly as possible. Call me today to schedule an appointment. Let's work together.
They're right down here.
Sell of your property as simple and successful as
Maybe I can grab them.
Maybe see one of these kids right here can get it.
The second quarter of tonight's game is sponsored by Web Funeral Home, 1005 Southeast in Preston.
Grab that paper right down there. Web Funeral Home, established in Preston in 1925, served the needs of Franklin County families.
Thank you.
Now in their modern and full-service facilities just off Highway 91 south of Preston, Web Funeral Home continues to offer caring and protection services to all residents in the area in their time of need.
I wish they would run the whole time.
What's that?
I wish they would run the full time. They come back in 40 seconds and you come back in the middle of a commercial.
Welcome your questions and concerns anytime. A message from your friends at Web.
KACH.
First play of the second quarter is a jet sweep to Cole Harris. Gets across the 50. Be a gain of about 7 on the play and bring up 3rd down, about 2 here for the Indians.
That was a good run by Cole because he followed his blockers all the way to the corner, and then finally Century collapsed on him. Stopped him just short of the first down.
I apologize. It's 4th and 2. Just call me Tom Brady for getting it messed up.
Had plenty of air there.
All right, Diamondback fans.
Ball gets onto the Century side of the field. This guy really needs to turn his mic down.
Yeah.
3 receivers to the right. 4th down. Handoff goes to Iverson. He's going to be short.
That tackle.
He's about a half a yard short.
Down.
He gained about a yard and a half, but he's still going to be short, and Preston will turn the ball over.
Yeah, he kind of stumbled at the handoff. He wanted to turn quick, but his foot gave way, and he just couldn't get his balance and strength in the legs to keep going through the line.
Yeah, it looked like he needed to change direction because the hole he wanted to run through was full of one big purple jersey. So 1st and 10 here for Century as they take over, ball at their own 47-yard line. As Romber wants to throw, goes across the middle, wide open. It's complete to Paneria.
Complete to number 17, Isaac Pantea.
Emery Thorson was able to save him from going all the way in, but
Pantea picks up 18 yards on the play.
18-yard pickup by Pantea. Another first down for Century.
And Stetson Osler goes out limping. holding his leg. In fact, he's crawling off the side. He's down on the
Oops, he didn't quite make it all the way off the field as he kind of collapses over there on the far sideline. As both teams will come to the sideline here for a moment as the trainers come over to look at Stetson as he lays just inside the sideline over there on the far side of the field. 13-3, Century on top. Make your plans to be with us next week as the Indians come home. Their next 2 games, their final 2 games of the regular season are at home next week against Pocatello if everything goes right.
Yeah, if COVID doesn't stop it, because they're stopped this week.
They are off this week because of COVID, and they're eligible to return to school on Tuesday. So hopefully nobody will test positive between now and then and allow Preston to play on Friday night at home.
Right.
A week later, the final home game of the year is against Snake River, and that is also the final game of the regular season. Have to see what happens with postseason as far as that goes after that. But 2 home games to wrap up the regular season the next 2 Fridays for the Preston Indians.
If you do, then you should bring me some.
First down for the Diamondbacks from the Indian 35. Toss right comes to Hillman as Hillman runs right into Larson again and gets pushed back. The combination of Larson and Rawlings pushes him back.
They're going to give him a gain of 1, maybe 2.
Kyler Hillman, the ball carrier, picks up 1 yard on the play. 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 coming up. As Hillman now flips across and he'll line up on the right side of the quarterback Romero, who fakes it to him. Look down the middle, throws deep. He's got a man out there, and it's caught, and it's a touchdown by Sowell.
That was amazing because all Preston could do is put their hands in the air and try to give, almost a face guarding call.
Touchdown pass.
Yeah, I'll tell you, these Diamondback receivers are amazing. They're catching them in all kinds of traffic, Preston's defense wasn't really all that bad. But, good catch, good throw. Romero can really throw it downfield.
34-yard touchdown strike. Here's the extra point. It is up, and bang! He doinks it off the left upright, and it's no good. And it's going to stay at 19-3. As the Century Diamondbacks will kick off when we come back. The second quarter of tonight's game is brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. Quick timeout, back to the kickoff right after this.
KACH.
This is Ron Smaley from Webb Funeral Home, thanking Preston Indian and Westside Pirate fans for your loyalty over the years. You have helped make Webb Funeral Home Franklin County's most trusted name in funeral services since 1925. Our staff is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide compassionate service in your time of need. We also offer a full range of services, including many funeral pre-planning options to meet everyone's budget, an excellent monument selection, and the best aftercare services available. Let us answer any questions you may have by calling 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, since 1925. You know us, you trust us, we're here to stay.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
19-3, Century on top. Here's the kickoff as it's going to come down to right. Has it about the 8-yard line. He wants to go left, following his blockers that way, gets around the corner, still on his feet, goes up the sideline. He's finally knocked out of bounds as he gets up across the 35.
Yeah, he broke one tackle, went down the sideline, gained another 10, 11, 12 yards, going down until he was pushed out. Good run.
We mentioned during the pregame show that Preston won the game between these two teams last year at Preston High School, as that game ended up as a 34-27 win. Tonight is the 17th meeting since 2004 between these two teams, and Century holds an 11-5 lead in the all-time series against Preston. 1st and 10 for the Indians. Ball spotted at their own 34-yard line. Harris in motion, as not sure what that was supposed to be. It ends up as a 3-yard loss.
Yeah.
With that loss,
I think that was supposed to be a handoff to somebody, but nobody was there, and Knapp just had to eat the ball. So 2nd down. As again, they'll look over to the far side of the field to get the play signaled in. Century, in fact, at one point, snapped last year, they had won 6 of 8 games. As they'll swing the ball out to Harris out here on the near side. Harris puts his head down. He'll get a short gain, get back up near the original line of scrimmage, and it'll bring up 3rd down at about 10.
Yeah, they collapsed on him. They have one fellow that targets Harris all the way down. If he goes in motion, he's followed. And so they had a full crew over there to watch him as soon as he got the ball turned upfield.
So 3rd and 10. And Brecker Knapp struggling here early. He's only 2 of 10 so far here in the first half for 17 yards. Clock runs, 9:07 to play in the first half. Brecker rolling left, now wants to throw back across his body, and it's picked off. Intercepted. It's intercepted by Miles Gifford up the far sideline, still on his feet. Breaks a couple of tackles, and he's in for a touchdown.
Touchdown!
Yeah, he grabbed that, and he got some help to going downfield. A couple of good blocks, broke one tackle into the end zone.
So Gifford takes it back 40 yards for the touchdown.
So not only can their receivers catch, so can their DBs. So they get another score above on top of the Indians, puts them down 25-3.
And now they're moving the ball back. Was there a flag on the play, or they?
Oh, there must have been a hold.
Is that going to take the points off the board? Yes, it is. As they're putting 19 back up on the board as they take 6 points off the total there for Century.
They're saying he got the first down, but because of the penalty hold in front,
looks like that penalty will be called against the Diamondbacks.
Well, the interception gives them a first down. The interception pushes the ball back all the way to the 33.
Block in the back, called against the Diamondbacks.
So it'll be a block in the back officially.
First down for the Diamondbacks.
That's the first.
The interception will stand.
The first penalty of the night against Century. So 1st and 10. Here's the Century offense again.
Preston first.
As they'll hand the ball off once again. This is Roberts.
Robertson. He's a big boy. He's a powerhouse going through that line. He gains 4 or 5 yards every time.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
2nd and 8 for the Diamondbacks.
And we told you before that he ran over Rombrell, knocked him flat. As he is a big boy. Picks up 3 yards on the play. 2nd down and 7. Rombrell wants to throw again. Throws underneath. This is a little bit behind Flashman.
Intended for
and incomplete.
Good pass route ran by Bruin Flashman because he went out, had Harris in front of him, and stopped, turned back, and almost had the catch, but the throw was just off.
So 3rd down and 7 as Panteria comes back out. He'll line up wide right. Fleischman in motion back here to this side. They hand the ball off to Zach Snow on the end around. Breaks one tackle, still on his feet, and now knocked out of bounds as Thorson came over and gave a pretty good look. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Yeah, he was able to keep his feet in balance even after he was knocked almost to the ground, and still gained another 10 yards off balance.
So that moves the ball up to the 20. 1st and 10 from there, as they'll give it to Roberts again. It takes 3 Indian players to bring him down. It'll be a short game, maybe about a yard on the play. 2nd down and 9 it'll come up now.
Iverson in on the tackle to help bring him down.
Roberts, who had 7 carries last week for a total of 54 yards. Rombrell wants to throw across the middle. There's Soul again, touchdown.
Ian Rombrell to Javon Soul, touchdown, Diamondbacks.
Just that easy, just a little skinny post, and he's wide open.
And 18
yards.
I got to give it to Rombrell. His passes are right on the money. He's throwing excellent. He's doing a great job out there tonight.
So an 18-yard touchdown pass to Soul. They get those 6 points back, makes it 25-3, and here comes the extra point attempt as it is up, and it is good this time to make it 26-3. 7:44 to play here in quarter number 2. Preston trailing by 23. Take a timeout. We'll be right back.
KACH.
Regardless of which insurance company you use, when you add a teen driver to your vehicle policy, your rates increase. This is Cheryl Kimball with Naylor Insurance in Preston. If you've got teen drivers, you need to know about the rate-saving plan offered through Mutual of Enumclaw Insurance. Teen Smart is an 8-hour program that, once completed, will lower your rates and make your teen a better driver. Savings and increased safety. It's a win-win. Call us today, 208-852-08.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
26-3, Preston trails. 7:44 to play here in the first half. Second quarter of tonight's game brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. Well, here's the kickoff. As again, Strauss puts a toe to it, high and deep down the middle. It'll come down to, oops, and it's through Harris's hand. He's got to go back and get it. Had to chase it back to about the 5-yard line. Up the sidelines. He's got a big hole there. Makes a little juke move, gets up to the 35.
Well, that was a good second effort by Harris as he, like you say, he muffed the ball. Had to go back to the goal line, almost to the goal line.
Yes, he
and
did.
Gained out and brought 35-yard run back.
Braden White.
So Braden White makes the stop. Preston offense comes back out on the field. 7:34 to play here in the first half.
First and 10 from the 35-yard line.
As Preston has it, first and 10 from the 35. As just about everything Preston has tried so far tonight, with the exception of a long run by Tate Rawlings, has not worked. Inside handoff, this goes to Rawlings as he runs right into the middle of the line. As that is
the line
44, Easton Millwood to get off the bottom of the pile, making the stop.
That Century defensive line, they just jump up that middle and they don't give way.
So 1 yard for Rawlings as Emery Thorson comes back in. He'll come out, he'll line up wide right along with Justin Inglett as Preston will show 3 receivers left, 2 receivers right as they empty the backfield again. Here's the jet sweep to Thorson. Now Thorson wants to throw. It's complete up near the first down as the pass is complete to Linhart.
I think he's going to mark it just short of the first down. He didn't give him because he dove over the line, but they're going to mark the ball behind the line, saying his knee. Oh, they're giving him the first down.
That'll bring up a first and 10.
So 9-yard completion from Thorson to Linhart.
Yeah, I thought that was a poor spot, but I didn't think he was going to give him the first down.
Only the third first down of the first half here for Preston, as they'll spot the ball at the Indian 45. They come up, they show blitz. Here comes Thorson in motion again. Now they want to throw across the middle. This one's in and out of the hands of Linhart. As Miles Gifford able to get a hand in there and break that one up.
Yeah, tight coverage by Gifford, and otherwise that could have been a catch for Inglett and been gone.
Second down and 10. 6:25 to play here in the first half. Touchdown passes of 32, 34, and 19 here in the first half for McKeon Romrell, the quarterback for the Century Diamondbacks so far here in the first half. Plus a 6-yard run for the other score. Knapp again looking over toward the sidelines. Shotgun snap, quickly get it out here to Cole Harris. Harris tries to stiff arm one man, but he can't get away from him as the stop is made by Braden White.
Again, the pass to Harris was a little bit high. He had to go up for it. And Diamondbacks were right there in his face when he come down, so not much gain, or back to the loss.
They lose 1 on the play. And it's going to bring up third down and even longer than it was. So third down and about 14, call it. There's an obvious passing down here now for the Preston offense. trying not to lose their third game in a row. They lost last week. They're back-to-back losses for the first time this year. Fake handoff. Throw across the middle as in a too high again, in and out of the hands of Harris. As Cole came down hard, able to get up. And bring up fourth down and 14.
Harris is doing all he can to get up there after the ball, but they're just a little bit too high.
A fourth down for the Indians.
Harris had to go up to try to get the pass, and the defender gave him just a little bit of a nudge, and he wasn't able to keep his balance when he came down to the ground and landed rather hard. So fourth down and 14. Punting situation here as Knapp will drop back. It'll be Snow and Soul back deep here for the Diamondbacks. Soul is the deeper of the two. Hold on, need to get one more person out here. Now we got everybody on the field that we need. Here's the snap. Knapp's kick, end over end, is going to come down to Soul as he fields it about his own 23. There quickly is Harris to make the first contact. He maybe gets up to the 25, but that's about it.
With the possession for the Diamondbacks. That'll bring up a first
and 10. So first and 10 here for Century.
On their own
25-yard line.
Yeah, Devon England was also one of the men quickly down there to make that tackle, so virtually no run back for the Diamondbacks.
Other games going on around southeastern Idaho teams tonight. Westside, of course, has the night off. Aberdeen at North Fremont. That's a number 1 against number 2 matchup. So everybody's interested in that matchup. Actually, I take it back. I think it's 2 against 3, I believe. Swing it out here on the near side as a pass complete. Still on his feet, gets across the 30 up to the 35-yard line.
Holt picks up 10 yards on the
Emmett Holt with the catch.
Yeah. England just missed a tackle as he slipped right out of England's arms.
So Holt picks up another first down here for the Diamondbacks. It'll be first and 10 as the ball moves up to the 35. Handoff straight ahead. Roberts. Just a couple of yards. And bring up second down and 8.
You know, our D-line has been doing a pretty good job tonight. They haven't had a whole lot of big runs through the middle. You know, our defensive line's been doing with Windward and Ramirez. And
out of the shotgun. Romrell ready again. Looking. Quick square out here to the left side. That's the Fleischman. That's going to be caught.
That's short. It's going to be short of the first down.
Short of the first down. We bring up about a gain of about 8, maybe third about 1 here for the Diamondbacks. Fleischman's third catch of the first half. And hold on a minute. We get whistles and a timeout called by the Indians.
Preston.
So Preston wants a timeout. Let's squeeze one in here as well. With 3:59 to play here in the first half, Century leads 26-3. We're back right after this.
KACH.
Regardless of which insurance company you use, when you add a teen driver to your vehicle policy, your rates increase. This is Cheryl Kimball with Naylor Insurance in Preston. If you've got teen drivers, you need to know about the rate-saving plan offered through Mutual of Enumclaw Insurance. Teen Smart is an 8-hour program that, once completed, will lower your rates and make your teen a better driver. Savings and increased safety. It's a win-win. Call us today, 208-852-08.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
So we told you about a couple of the games going on tonight. Other games, Malad is at Bear Lake. Soda Springs at American Fork. Skyline is at Idaho Falls tonight, and Bonneville is at Hillcrest. And the 2 games postponed because of COVID was Pocatello due to play at Shelley, and Rigby was going to play at Blackfoot tonight. Both those games postponed. Pass underneath, complete to Holt. He's stepped out of bounds as he's thrown out of bounds over here on the near side by Emery Thorson as they get it back across the 50-yard line and another first down.
Yeah, those quick out passes, Ramo's been right on the money, and that's been their money makers so far tonight is those quick passes.
4 catches for Holt now. First and 10 from the Preston 58. Handoff goes to Hillman. He's going to try the left side, breaks one tackle, gets across the 45, up to the 44.
Harris was the one to be able to stop him from gaining any more after about 6. Stopped by Harris. Nice job.
So call it a 5-yard gain. Second down. Fleischman goes wide right. Trips left here in this formation for Romrell in the Century offense. He wants to look toward Fleischman. Little down and in for Fleischman. It's tipped, caught, and he's gone for the touchdown. Harris got a hand on it, and Fleischman caught it anyway.
No, and he bobbled the ball running 10 yards down the field, but was still able to haul it in for the touchdown. So, you know, that's why I say these sure hands, these receivers are impressive. They are sure-handed for sure from Century.
So 43-yard pass from Romrell to Bruin Fleischman. And on here to try the extra point once again is Strauss. Snap, spot, big leg for Strauss, up and good. And it's 33-3, still with 3 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll take another timeout. Back with more right after this.
KACA.
The Preston Indians return home to play their final 2 home games of the year, and it starts Friday night as the Pocatello Indians come to town. Pokey is 5-1 this year and come into this game after having last week's game postponed. The battle-hardened Preston Indians continue through the toughest part of their schedule as they get ready for another Southeast Idaho Conference matchup with the Pocatello Indians. Catch the action starting at 6:30 on Friday night with the pregame show on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH and the video feed on mylocalradio.com.
KACH.
What a first half display by Century here tonight. They lead 33-3. Trying to heal those wounds from their first quarter last week in their drubbing against Thunder Ridge.
Not only that, they lost to Preston last year. I think some of these players remember that. So
here's the kickoff from Strauss, high and deep. This one's going to come down to Hunter Wright at his own 7. Going to go left. Gets through the initial wave of tacklers. Gets up again near the 30-yard line, and it's another nice return for Wright. It's a return of 27 yards, and Preston has the ball first and 10 at their own 30. We mentioned the games that are canceled tonight. There was one other game that was postponed. That's a game Caldwell, and I want to say Caldwell was playing. I forget who they're playing, but it's over in the Boise area.
Yeah.
They postponed the game because this week 25 of the 40 players on the Caldwell roster came up academically ineligible.
Really? Wow.
Wants to throw, nap down the middle, and it's going to be picked off again. Did he stay in bounds? Yes. It'll be an interception again, as it's Miles Gifford again with his second interception of the half.
You know, and that even that catch, looking from my point of view from here, it looked like we had it in our hands. We had it in our hands, and they pulled it away from us.
Those are just high lobs right down into the secondary, and the defensive backs and the safeties can come over and take the ball away.
Right.
So another interception. Gifford has his second of the night. First and 10 again for Century, again at the Preston 47. Fleischman in motion back here to the near side. Romrell looking. He's snagged and thrown down for a loss.
Iverson on the sack.
Iverson was there first with the sack. It'll be a loss of 8. So second long with 2:44 and clock running here in the first half for Preston. As they'll line up twins to each side. Single running back in the backfield is Roberts. Quick outs over the far side. It's complete there again. As again, it's the Holt. Holt gets the initial yardage back, gets 10 yards, and it's going to be second down and about 7 or 8 here.
And it won't stop the clock because he was caught it inbounds and tackled inbounds. So it's 3rd and 9. with 2 minutes to go in the quarter and the half.
So 3rd down and 9 here for Century. Again, Romrell, pump fake, going to go deep along the sidelines. And there's a man again. It's Fleischman, and he's got it again inside the 20.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
See where they mark it this time, as they'll set the ball down at the 19. That makes it a 23-yard reception.
1st and 10, Diamondbacks.
Romrell's only missed twice. He's 14 out of 16. Quick out, and Soul, that might have been tipped a little bit by Iverson, and Soul couldn't quite bring it in. So that one will fall incomplete.
Yeah, I think Iverson did get his fingers on it and redirected the ball just a little bit, so Soul had to turn around.
Incomplete pass, stops the clock with 1:33 to play in the half. Again, 2 receivers to each side. No line. Roberts up again in the backfield. Romrell again, pump fake. So a little out here to Soul on the near side. Soul, one move, jukes away, breaks a tackle, dives, and he's going to be down at the 1.
Yeah, just short
of the end zone.
Just short. Good run. He had 2 potential tacklers there to pull him down earlier, but
that's a 17-yard
one broken
gain,
tackle, juke and jive, and almost in the end zone. Down to the 1.
It's the 13th first down in the first half for the Century offense. 1st and goal from the 1. Fake to Roberts as the quarterback tried to keep it himself. Romrell gets up, and he's going to be short.
Tate Rollins says, "You're not getting in on my watch." Tate Rollins with the stop there.
So no gain on the quarterback draw by Romrell. Inside a minute now to play. Century already leading by 30 here in the first half. Give it to Roberts this time. The big guy is brought down as Rawlings the first guy to get there. And it'll bring up 3rd down. And timeout called by Century with 40 seconds to play here in the quarter. And we'll keep it here.
Preston doing a terrific job on defense. Tate Rawlings on both of those tackles, both of those the last 2 plays, was able to get to the ball carrier.
We'll remind you, coming up at halftime is the Ralph's Construction halftime report. We will go through and talk about all these plays that Century has put together. They lead 33-3 here in the first half. 40 seconds left. Lead by 30 and looking to score more. Century offense back out on the field. Here comes the Preston defense. 2 receivers left, single receiver right. They have 2 running backs now, 1 on each side of Romrell. And out of the shotgun. Romrell wants to throw, looking left, throws back across, and the touchdown complete is easy to Holt. Nobody within 15 feet of Holt.
Yeah. Holt just went. He lined up wide, just came in, cut to the middle, and nobody followed him. And he was wide open in the end zone.
So a 1-yard touchdown pass is the 5th. Check that. The 5th touchdown of the quarter for the Diamondbacks. As the officials over here, they call a penalty. The officials over here talking to the
there is a flag down on the end zone.
Yes, they did. It's just inside the end zone. And the Century offense is moving back. So once again, they're going to take the points off the board because of a penalty against the Diamondbacks. So it's still 33-3. What is the call? Pass interference against the Diamondbacks. Must have been some sort of a pick play. That would be one reason why Holt would have been that wide open.
Wide open, yeah, exactly.
So they'll push the ball back 15 yards. That's the 2nd penalty of the half against Century. Then lob to the far corner this time. And another flag is down as the pass is caught by Fleischman.
Flag on the play.
They would have called pass interference on Preston. There were 2 flags thrown. And so
pass complete to Pintea. And it's going to be pass interference against Preston, and they decline the penalty, and the touchdown stands.
That pass
So the touchdown pass to Pocatello.
Touchdown will stand for the Diamondbacks.
That makes it 39-3. And the extra point pending here from Strauss. Snap, spot, and the kick is up and is good, and it is 40-3 with 30 seconds left here in the first half.
Preston Indians, 3.
You know, I think if I remember correctly, last week was the most points that Preston gave up in a game. No, it was actually the game before against Blackfoot. They gave up 35 points.
Yeah.
They've allowed more than that in the first half
of tonight. Yeah, there it's already 40.
So 40-3, 30 seconds left here in the half on a cool night here in Pocatello. Tell you what, this Preston team is not going to be cool for long because they're going to go in the locker room and they're going to get lit up by Coach Thorson.
Yeah.
They're going to come out and be quite warm.
Yeah.
When they come out to play the second half.
Well, there's a lot to talk about. Missed tackles, not letting the offensive
kick comes down to right at his own 2. Again, going left. Pulls up short, makes one little move, and gets across the 25 up to about the 27. And 1st and 10 for Preston with 23 ticks left on the clock here in the first half.
Yeah, back to the miscues of Preston. You know, just in receive and defending the pass, they've just let it go right through their hands and into the arms of the receivers.
There's not a whole lot. You know, usually we talk about what do you tell the team at halftime. There's not a whole lot that they've done right.
Right.
The reads as far as throws from Knapp have not been good. But the only thing they've done right so far was that long run by Tate Rawlings that set up the field goal.
Right.
3 receivers left here for Preston. Knapp wants to throw across the middle to complete to Harris. It'll be a short gain, call it about 6 yards, and probably the last play of the half.
Tackle made by Tyler.
12 seconds to play, and now Preston will call a timeout. So Preston calls a timeout.
Preston.
That's their final. That's the 3rd timeout. With only 12 seconds left.
Knapp is now 4 of 9 here in the first half for a total of 26 yards.
It's just uncharacteristic of the Preston team.
Absolutely, and you know, again, we talked about it a little bit last week. I know you weren't there, John. We talked about that before, but the reads that Brecker's making, everything is down the field, trying to stretch the field instead of trying to hit some intermediate route short, just to try to pick up some yardage and keep the defense honest.
Well, yeah, that's in fact. A good example was that last pass by Brecker. He hit Harris, just a short out, went out about 6, turned and caught the ball. So we need more of those.
As second down and 5, again 12 seconds to play here in the half. As Thorson comes back, he'll set in the backfield, and now Brecker goes in motion right. There's going to be a little swing out as it's going to try to get it to Knapp, but it's intercepted. Coming back down the sideline again is Century, and it's going to come back as a 45-yard interception return for a touchdown. As Jonas Soul takes it back, they call it 50 yards upstairs. But either way, it's a pick 6, and it's now 46-3 here in the first half.
The play was actually a pretty good one. The throw was not there. Usually Emory's a little better on target than that, but bringing Knapp out to the wide, to actually out in motion and out deep, I thought it was a pretty good call, and he looked like he had a chance to get it, but Diamondbacks DB's just able to step in front and get the ball.
Still 2 seconds remaining in the half. So here is the place kicker Strauss on again to try the extra point. Snap. Good job by the holder to get the ball up, and the kick is up and good, and it's 47-3.
Century Diamondbacks 47, Preston Indians 3.
So big lead, to say the least. As we get ready to go in at halftime with just a little kick coming off up here, and we'll go to the halftime break, and the Ralph's Construction halftime report will not be pretty.
Yeah, that's an understatement, I think, there. This has been a poor half for Preston.
I'm not sure if it's as much a poor half as it's just an outstanding half for Century.
Yeah.
The Diamondbacks have done everything right.
Right. They're passing, they're catching, they're blocking, their defense, everything has just been stellar.
You know, we're playing outside at Century High School. They've built bleachers and a press box here, and we're talking to the athletic director before the game about his feelings about going back and playing at Holt Arena, and he says, no, I don't think we're going to.
No, they don't want to. They want to stay out here in the field, and he gave us some reasons. Maybe we talk about more about halftime, but, you know, he gave a number of reasons why they want to stay.
This little squib kick is going to be picked up by the up man Rawlings. About the 30, still on his feet, gets up near the 37, and that'll be the end of the first half. As it is all Diamondbacks here in the first half. 47-3. Want you to stay tuned. The Ralph's Construction halftime report is coming up right after this.
KACH.
At Preston Drug, we understand that everyone is busy and time is important. That's why we've implemented synchronization. We look at all the monthly prescriptions your family takes, and working with your doctor, we organize them so that you can pick them all up at one time each month. Synchronization with Preston Drug saves you time and money. Call Preston Drug today, and we'll get you into the synchronization system. It's free and it's simple. Preston Drug, 208-852-1563.
Hi everybody, it's Dan Hubbard for ChemDry of Northern Utah. A few weeks ago, we found ourselves really needing to have our carpets cleaned at home. Dirt, stains, pet hair, and the remnants from all the chemicals trying to melt snow last winter had our carpets looking dingy and downright ugly. We called Teresa and Daryl at ChemDry of Northern Utah, and in a very short time, they had our carpets looking like new. They not only cleaned our carpets, but they also got up all the leftover pet hair to the point where you couldn't even tell that we had pets in the house. It was like we had brand new carpets all over again. So if you live in the Northern Utah area, anywhere south of the Idaho state line down to Ogden, call Teresa and Daryl at ChemDry of Northern Utah at 435-752-6100 and let them come in and take care of your carpets. You won't be disappointed. We weren't. 435-752-6100. For ChemDry of Northern Utah.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
The halftime report is sponsored by Ralph's Construction, building homes in the Blue Sage Park region in Preston. Call 435-232-18.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information. 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction. 435-232-18.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Well, we're at halftime. This is the Ralph Construction halftime report with the dance team on the field for Century performing. And the Century really performed well in the first half on the field as well, as they jumped out to a 47-3 lead here at the halftime break.
Yeah, that was it's kind of hard to hear you, even with my earphones on. That music is so loud, that speaker's so loud. But,
so for the Preston Indians, saw Century come out, and they did everything right from the opening kickoff tonight. You have to be very, very impressed with what they have put together. They don't look like a 3-3 team.
No, and we talked about it earlier, the teams that they played that they've lost to, even the almost blowout, was still, very good teams. But, they're out to prove something tonight, and I'm just impressed with Romwell. His throwing and the catching ability of his receivers has just been amazing.
Romrell in the first half, 16 of 19 for 233 yards. And I didn't even bother counting up to how many touchdown passes he had, but there's been many of them. He had a 32-yarder for a touchdown, a 34-yarder for a touchdown, a 19-yarder for a touchdown, another 43-yarder for a touchdown. So he has 4 touchdown passes in the first half, plus 2 interception returns that went for touchdowns as well.
Yeah, and that's something that's hurting the Indians is their defense is playing well too. So Preston just can't seem to get the ball down the field.
We talked a little bit about it in the first half as time allowed, but again, it's the play calling is a lot like it was last week. That's Brecker Knapp, when he's going to throw, all of his throws except for the one that completed to Harris late in the second quarter, all seem to be deep to try to stretch the defense 30 or more yards down the field, and they hang up there, and it allows the safeties and the corners to come over and pick them off, which they've done twice.
Yeah, because they're doing a good job of getting in front of our receivers and going up with the ball and coming down with it. So it gives them plenty of time to get in position there. So
2 interceptions in the first half for Knapp gives him a total of 9 on the year, and unfortunately. It's a big number and a bad theme for Brecker Knapp to have that many interceptions against him here in game number 6.
Right. And it's kind of disheartening because he was on an uphill. He was just growing each week.
Right.
Improving each week, and then this week is just kind of like a dropped out of the sky.
But again, let's credit Century. They have done everything right. Offense, defense, line play. Again, Romrell has been simply outstanding. The receivers, and we talked about this Century offense. The pass game accounts for about 65% of their yardage on the year. And you can see why, because they have big receivers that go and get the ball.
They do, and they don't give up on it, They don't watch it sail over their head. It's coming down to them. They know they can keep running. It's going to come down to them.
Yep.
And but I'm going to say on a positive note that our front line, they've done a great job.
Yes,
they've stopped the short runs, up the middle.
Yes, they have.
They've stopped them. They've done a great job on the run. But we're just weak in the backfield right now.
Yeah, those inside runs by Drew Roberts, he's been stacked up and really hasn't been able to run for a whole lot. This is the Rouse Construction halftime report. We'll come back and look at the numbers from the first half as we continue right after this.
KACA. The year is 1945. America is at war with Japan. The average home costs $5,000. And a day's worth of hard labor will earn you $9. 1945 is the year West Motor Company said, hey, let's sell cars in Cache Valley and give people a better car buying experience. Today, 75 years later, West Motor is still giving you a better experience. Right now, enjoy 0% financing or save more than ever on a new truck or SUV. See westmotorcompany.com for pictures, details, and discounts on every vehicle.
WestMotorCompany.com.
Hi, I'm Ashley with LSS Insurance, a Select Health appointed Medicare Advantage agent. I'm excited to tell you about a great Medicare Advantage plan available to you in Franklin County. This Select Health Advantage plan includes a 0 monthly premium, prescription coverage, preventive dental, vision, and more. Select Health is a local company helping people live the healthiest lives possible. Come hear more at the Preston Golf and Country Club, October 12th at 2 p.m. or October 21st at 6 p.m. Call LSS Insurance 435-752-94.
If you feel like your bank works against you, we invite you to move your accounts to Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. We work for you, not against you. Serving Southeast Idaho for over 65 years, we offer totally free checking with cash back rewards, 0 fees credit cards, low auto loan rates, and excellent customer service. Visit today, 311 South Highway 91, Preston. Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Here, the advantage is yours. Equal housing lender, member NCUA.
The KACH Cash Magnet Contest is here, and you can win money just by listening to your radio. Simply pick up one of the cash magnets available many places around town and be listening after 7 o'clock each weekday morning as I will call out a 4-digit number. If your magnet has that 4-digit number, you'll have 1 minute and 5 seconds to call the radio station, and you could win the cash jackpot of the day. If no one wins, the cash prize will go up $5 a day. Find a cash magnet, be listening weekday mornings, and get ready to win with FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH.
KACH.
As we look at the numbers from the first half, first for the Preston Indians tonight. In the first half, Brecker Knapp, 4 of 9 for a total of 26 yards passing. The biggest positive play that Preston had in the first half was a 42-yard run by Tate Rawlings. He ended up with 3 carries for 51 yards in the first half. Emerson carried the ball once for 1 yard. Iverson carried it twice for a total of 7. Cole Harris carried it twice for a total of 6 yards. So that's really all the Preston Indians did. 4 first downs in the first half for the Preston Indians. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, they're just not been able to move the ball.
No.
You know, Preston.
For Century, McKeon Romrell, 16 of 19 in the first half for 233 yards and 4 touchdowns in the first half. Carrying the ball, Kyler Hillman, total of 6 carries for 21 yards. Drew Roberts carried it 7 times for 14 yards. Zach Snow, 2 carries for 19. Snow caught the ball once for 3. Sowell, along with his great defensive work, had a total of 4 catches in the first half for about 60 yards. Emmett Holt caught it 6 times for 90 and 2 touchdowns. Bruin Fleischman with 4 catches for 63. And Isaac Pianetta with 1 catch for 18 in the first half. Drew Roberts caught the ball once for no gain in the first half. But Century had a total of 13 first downs in the first half of tonight's game.
Total dominance by the Century Diamondbacks tonight.
So we normally ask the question, we'll dare ask you again. If you're Coach Thorson, what do you tell the team? What adjustments do you try to make?
Boy, that's a tough one. You know,
that's why I asked you.
How do you tell them what they're doing wrong, but keep them on a positive note? You know, and they're football players. They can take a lot of heat.
Right.
You know, and I think Thorson's going to, you know, give it to him as much as he can, saying, look, we're just not in this game. We are not in the game whatsoever. So we got to get back.
For how long did we talk about this 4-game stretch? It was going to be so tough. Yeah. They lost the first 2 against Blackfoot and Sugar Salem, and this one, they're losing 47-3 at halftime, and they still have one more next week against Pocatello, who's 5-1 on the year.
Right. You know, it doesn't get easy. It's not going to be easy either way. So.
No, it's not. Second half coming up, 47-3. Century leads. This has been the Ralph Construction Halftime Report. Second half coming up right after this.
KACH, my local radio.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information, 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction, 435-232-1837.
If it's time to sell your home, retail property, or land, make sure to hire the realtor that has your best interest in mind. This is Mike Hansen, broker at Cornerstone Real Estate. As a licensed real estate broker in Idaho and Utah, I have over 20 years of experience helping folks successfully sell property. I would like the opportunity to help you list and sell for the best price as quickly as possible. Call me today to schedule an appointment. Let's work together to make the sale of your property as simple and successful as possible. Mike Hansen, 801-510-1.
A higher level of precision and accuracy, that's what the new Naveo robotic assistance system at Franklin County Medical Center provides you. Whether you're in need of revision, partial, or total knee replacement, the new robotic assisted surgery technology at Franklin County Medical Center allow knee surgery candidates the comfort of knowing that their knee surgery will be performed with confidence, improving the function, feel, and longevity of your new knee. Learn more about the new robotics machine at fcmc.org. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and...
The third quarter is sponsored by Preston Auto Parts CarQuest, 17 South State.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield, Logan.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the third quarter. The third quarter of tonight's games is brought to you by Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Dan Hubbard along with John Slaughter back here at Century High School. As the one positive thing that came out of our trip to Century tonight was the volleyball team won in straight sets to clinch the regular season title for the new Southeast Idaho Conference. And they will host the championship tournament coming up on the 20th and 22nd.
Yeah, that's a big plus, and good for them. They've worked hard, started out slow, worked hard, came on strong. Alaska Haskell's done a heck of a job in her 3 years here, and she deserves all the accolades that she's getting as Preston wins tonight. And they still have one more match coming up. That's next Thursday, senior night at home once again against Century. So here's the kickoff to start the second half. It's going to come down to Cole Harris. He has it about the 7 as he's going to go right, down the far sidelines. Gets across the 30, has a man on his back, and he gets up to about the 33 and brought down there.
Now return.
Good return by Cole.
Down to the Preston 36-yard line. First and 10 Indians.
So first and 10 Indians from the 33. And Bricker Knapp comes back out to go back to work. Part of the conversation that I had with Coach Thorson after we recorded the pregame interview on Wednesday, he was telling me that no matter what happens, Knapp is going to be the quarterback. He is his quarterback. He believes in him, and he trusts him. And as long as he comes back out to play his senior year, he's going to be his quarterback from now until the end of next season. Fake handoff inside as actually the handoff goes straight ahead. I believe that is Iverson's getting out of the bottom of the pile. That'll be a gain of about 5 yards.
Tackle. That'll be a 4-yard gain on the play, 2nd and 6.
He called a gain of 4, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 6. This time it's the
Tate
Rawlings on the little jet sweep. Ooh, almost had the ball come loose as he gets up near the 40. He'll pick up about 3 more and bring up 3rd down, about 3 yards here for the Indians.
That'll be a 3-yard gain on the play.
Somebody got a hand in there on it and just about popped that ball loose.
3rd down.
And it's 3rd down here for Preston. They had only 4 first downs in the first half. Knapp now drops back into the shotgun. Wants to look. Can't throw left. Now he's going to roll right. Look out, official, as the white hat's in the way, and he just has to throw the ball back across his body and try to get it out of the bounds. They had better not throw a flag for intentional grounding because he ran over the referee.
He had no choice because the defender could have caught him, because he was held up by the official. So
it's fourth down. Fourth down and 2 at the Preston 42.
I mean, we're having a tough enough time going against.
Could you imagine they call that for intentional grounding?
I know.
But he all he did was he ran over the official. He couldn't square his body up to try to make a play. He's going to roll right again. Knapp throws underneath. And the ball is caught. It's coming away. It's the pass complete to Wright for a first down.
Hunter Wright, nice catch and tuck and roll, but it got the first down. He was at the right spot. See, that's again another completion on a short pass. Instead of going all the way downfield.
So 3-yard gain. First and 10 for the Indians. Now from their own 45. Again, he wants to roll right. Throws underneath again. Throws into a crowd again.
And that was almost picked off.
Yep, sure was.
24 had it in his hands but dropped it.
Braden Wright, who had an interception in the first half, almost had another one. Second down and 10 coming up here. Well, next week on the air, 6:30. The Pocatello Indians come to town as long as everyone tests negative on Pocatello's team.
And
if they have to move or postpone that game, Preston would be looking at a situation where they're going to have to play twice in the last week of the season. Iverson straight ahead, gets a yard, 3rd down and 9 coming up.
With the carry, no gain on the play.
And the Indians have to be careful too because Franklin County has spiked in the COVID area too. So we've got to be careful and make sure we wear our masks, wash our hands,
3rd and 9.
And do the things that we need to do so that we can be ready to play.
And there has been exposures on campus. So it's Preston is not consider themselves out of the woods, not in the slightest bit of an imagination. 3rd down and 9. As he throws underneath, it's picked off again. As coming up to make the interception again is Guilford. Gifford's got it all the way back to the 15-yard line.
Interception. Flag on the play.
Yeah, penalty flag on the play. It's a 40-yard return for Gifford.
Block in the back.
A block in the back against Century, and it's going to pull the ball back, but the interception will stand.
Yeah, the interception will stand. That was on the return.
So the 3rd interception of the night thrown by Knapp.
And again, it was just a good play by their defense because our receiver was right there, and the defender just stepped right in front of him and took it.
Block in the back, called against the Diamondbacks. That interception.
Ill-thrown pass. I mean, did he throw it? Did he throw into a receiver that was not open? Even though he was rolling left and only had one person to throw to.
Yeah. Well, he had to find somebody quick. They were about ready to pull him down. Brecker didn't have much time, so he was throwing to anyone looking for a white shirt.
Ball goes all the way back to the Century side of the field as it's first down from the 44. Straight ahead, Hillman gets back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play.
Kyler Hillman,
and again, Rhett Larson and Windward and the crew right there stop them at the line of scrimmage. Our got Pearson out there.
They only ran the ball for about 44 yards in the first half, they being Century. That's you talk about good defensive line play by Preston, that's it.
Yeah, that's a high note so far tonight.
Throw outside, complete up to about the 48-yard line as the pass complete to Tyler Schill.
Cord Evanson on the tackle was, that was a good play by him as he stepped up and got him right as he caught the ball.
3rd and 5.
3rd down and 5 here coming up.
Hope I'm pronouncing his name right.
Going to roll right again, throws out here again. Going to be near a first down.
He's short.
He's going to be about a yard short.
Picks up 4 yards on the play.
Got a gain of 4. And it's going to come up to about the 48-yard line. They need to get almost to the 46, so it's 4th down and 2. It's well short of the first down.
Yeah, that was a good spot for the Indians, basically. But they've been successful on their 4th down plays. And they're just over the 50 at the 48.
So 4th down and 2. Single setback, Hillman. They'll give it to Hillman. And he breaks it off the left side. He's still on his feet, and he's gone. Right down the field, down the middle, coming in his nap, and chases him down for the 5-yard line.
Yeah, Brecker was able to save him, grab him just before he crosses down, just beyond the 5-yard line.
That ball came loose. They said Preston has the ball.
Oh my!
So the ball came loose, and Preston has the ball at the 5-yard line.
And then Brecker did a great job as he reached around to tackle him and knocked the ball loose. Great job there. Saved a touchdown and a score.
Hillman goes 45 yards and then coughs it up. Preston ball, 1st and 10 at the 5.
Food of the quarter over at the food truck.
Boy, they got that food truck doing barbecue out here. Now you can start to smell it.
Yeah. That's going to make this quarter go long.
Oh, man, that's going to make the second half just drag, having to smell barbecue the entire time. 1st and 10, Preston. After they get the turnover, as they'll hand it off. Coming around on the jet sweep, really goes nowhere as they try to get it to Wright.
Yeah.
And he might even lose a yard.
Yeah, Hunter Wright,
on the 11.
On the handoff, he just couldn't get behind a blocker to get him going forward.
Wright loses a yard. 2nd down and 11. 47-3, all Century here tonight. Harris in motion, and now Preston drops the ball, and it's recovered by the Diamondbacks inside the 5-yard line.
Who said it couldn't get any worse?
They tried to give the ball to Harris on that little jet sweep, and a bad handoff, and the Diamondbacks able to pounce on it as they have the ball at about the 3-yard line. 4th turnover of the night for Preston. 3 interceptions and now a fumble. First and 10. And new running back in to take the handoff. Goes straight ahead for the touchdown. That's Deontay Lang for the touchdown as he goes 3 yards for the score. That makes it 53-3. Again, on to try the extra point is Strauss. Try to tack on one more. Snap. Kick is up by Strauss. Looks good and is good. 6:39 left in quarter number 3. It's 54-3. The Diamondbacks on top. As we'll take a timeout and be right back.
KACH.
Regardless of which insurance company you use, when you add a teen driver to your vehicle policy, your rates increase. This is Cheryl Kimball with Naylor Insurance in Preston. If you've got teen drivers, you need to know about the rate-saving plan offered through Mutual of Enumclaw Insurance. Teen Smart is an 8-hour program that, once completed, will lower your rates and make your teen a better driver. Savings and increased safety. It's a win-win. Call us today, 208-852-08.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Well, it has been all Century tonight as they pick up another turnover committed by the Indians. Their 4th of the night. They quickly turn it into points, and it's 54-3 with 6.5 to play here in quarter number 3. Kickoff is going to come down to Wright inside the 5, going right up the far sideline, 20, 25. And he'll be run out of bounds over there at about the 25-yard line.
Yeah, that was, they had him
Preston with the return.
Dead to rights going down as he went down that right sideline. There was nothing but purple jerseys in front of him.
Like it'll be spotted at the 27-yard line.
So put the ball down to 27, 1st and 10 Preston. kind of get you caught up on some other scores from around the 4A conference as we can. So we've got a few scores we can tell you about. Knapp wants to throw. Underneath, it's going to be dropped as the pass intended over on the far side. As he tried to get it to looks like Cole Harris. But the pass goes incomplete. Bear Lake is leading Malad 20-8 here tonight.
Yeah, with Westside on a bye tonight. No game tonight.
Middleton leading Emmett, score of 21-9 as they keep the ball on the ground this time, as it'll be Iverson going straight forward, no gain. And be up third down and 10.
It's third down.
Wasn't a very good handoff as Iverson had to almost jump up for it. It was way up on its face mask and had to bring it down, so it was a good thing it wasn't a fumble.
So third down coming up. Valley View in the third quarter leading Columbia 21-0. Hillcrest in front of Bonneville in the third quarter 28-6. Moscow and Lakeland are tied 7-7. Also, that game just going to halftime. And in the third quarter, Napa leading Ridgeview 19-14. Fake the handoff to Thorson. Looking out here to the near side, he goes. It's caught by Linhart, and Linhart's hustling up the sideline. He's going to go for the touchdown.
Wow.
That's a 73-yard touchdown throw to Tyler Inglet.
And Linhart had a size advantage, but also it was a good throw by Brecken. Knapp, as it came down to him, and he was able to outrun his defender.
So Linhart scores on the 73-yard touchdown pass. And here's Pearson on to try the extra point. They got one-on-one coverage out here on the near side, and Linhart was able to shake loose, and the kick is up and it is good, and it makes it 54-10 now.
Century Diamondbacks 54,
so
Indians 10.
Preston still leading, but they get at least part of it back. 5.5 to play here in the quarter as kickoff upcoming, and we will take a timeout and be right back right after these messages.
KACH.
The Preston Indians return home to play their final 2 home games of the year, and it starts Friday night as the Pocatello Indians come to town. Pokey is 5-1 this year and come into this game after having last week's game postponed. The battle-hardened Preston Indians continue through the toughest part of their schedule as they get ready for another Southeast Idaho Conference matchup with the Pocatello Indians. Catch the action starting at 6:30 on Friday night with the pregame show on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH and the video feed on mylocalradio.com.
KACH.
Century completing everything and running for touchdowns and
exactly
having more kickoffs.
So 54-10. Preston gets 7 of those points back. They get their first touchdown of the night. A 74-yard touchdown throw from Brecker Knapp to Tyler Lindquist. As Pearson will come out and kick off here. So Pearson's going to kick off instead of Emery Knapp. So this is going to be a little short squibber. And they drop it, and they have to fall on it in a hurry, does Century. And I think they were able to, as it was Fisher Ramey, I believe, the junior, to fall on that ball when it got loose, number 89.
Good news is that was actually a good kickoff, because they did muff it, and we had a chance for the ball. But the bad news is it gives Century good field position.
As they'll have it 1st and 10 at the Preston 37. 2 receivers each side for Century. As again they want to throw it out here to the near side. It's complete as they complete it to Guilford, as it's up to about the 42. Called a gain of 4 on the play.
Don't mean to correct you, but there it was on Century's 37, not Preston's.
I'm sorry, you're right.
I don't mean to correct you, but
4-yard completion. That gives Romrell unofficially 246 yards in passing as they go straight ahead. As Roberts picks up 5 yards on the play to bring up 3rd down.
That's one of the longest runs up the middle that Preston has given up. 5-6 yards there.
3rd down and 2. Again, fake, swing it out here to the outside. That'll be good enough for the 1st down as the pass complete out here to Tyler Shell for, he gets it up right up near to the 49-yard line. So it'll be a gain of about 7 on the play.
1st and 10, Diamondbacks.
So second completion is Shell tonight. 1st and 10. And the handoff. This is Snow lining up in the backfield this time. Gets a couple as he gets across the midfield stripe.
Snow, the ball carrier, picks up 2 yards on the play.
Gets 2 yards. 2nd down and 8 from just over the midfield stripe back onto the Preston side of the field. Yeah, West Side off tonight. They'll be back in action again next Friday, as they'll play their second to the last game of the regular season. They're going to go deep again, and wide open again. It's Shell, and he's gone as he got behind Rawlings for the touchdown, 49 yards.
Oh, touchdown, Diamondbacks.
Oh, my goodness.
49 yards.
That was Linhart that he got behind. Linhart was on the coverage, but he just outran him. He was out about 5 yards in front of Linhart. Linhart wasn't close.
So 60-10. Lead back out to 50 points again. And once again, it'll be the Strauss on here to try the extra point. Spot kick is up, and it is good again.
Point is good. Your Century Diamondbacks.
3:44 to play here in quarter number 3. 61-10. The Indians trailing big here tonight. Well, again, we'll take a timeout and come right back.
KACH.
Regardless of which insurance company you use, when you add a teen driver to your vehicle policy, your rates increase. This is Cheryl Kimball with Naylor Insurance in Preston. If you've got teen drivers, you need to know about the rate-saving plan offered through Mutual of Enumclaw Insurance. Teen Smart is an 8-hour program that, once completed, will lower your rates and make your teen a better driver. Savings and increased safety. It's a win-win. Call us today, 208-852-08.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Look off to our left, and the Bruin Fleischman is on the trainer's table doing some exercises like he's trying to stretch out his lower back. So hopefully Bruin will be okay. And here the kickoff coming up here, as again it'll be Strauss to kick it away. His leg must be getting tired by now. As it comes down to Harris at about the 10. Cole, little juke move outside, gets across the 20 up to the 25 before he runs out of bounds there.
Tries the stiff arm, gave him a couple extra yards.
I was right. His leg was getting tired. You didn't get that one near as deep. That one came down to 10.
Yeah.
1st and 10, Preston.
Well, 1st and 10, Preston, as they spot the ball at the 25. And the Indian offense comes back to work. 2 receivers to either side. Again, the lone setback is Iverson. He lines up on Knapp's left side. Knapp signals something out to the receivers as he changes the play. Now he gets Iverson to jump back across over onto the right side instead. He wants to roll right, looking right. Tries to throw underneath the Rawlings, and it's off his hands and dropped.
Just typical of the night. Rawlings doesn't usually drop that kind of pass. It's usually right to him, and
2nd and 10.
he usually hauls those right in.
So it'll be 2nd and 10. That's 3 straight incompletions again, thrown by Brecker Knapp. Wants to throw underneath. Lenhart has that. Spins out of 1 tackle. Gets up near the 35-yard line. That'll be close to the 1st down. And I'd call that a gain of 10.
Well, they're going to call him short down there.
That'll pick up about an 8-yard gain on the play, a 9-yard gain on the play. 3rd and 1.
So 3rd and 1 here. as they can mark it just short on the 9-yard pass completion. And they hand off straight ahead and just barely. I'm not sure he got there.
I don't think he got there. I think they're going to mark it just short.
So Iverson.
No gain on the play.
And no, they're going to mark it just short. So he's going to be about 6 inches short.
And inches.
So 4th down coming up here for Preston. So the offense stands and looks over to the far side again as they signal in the play. Clock runs, 2:05 to play here in quarter number 3.
It's 4th down.
4th down here for Preston. Out of the lines up under center. 2 running backs in the backfield behind Knapp. Toss to Iverson, coming left, gets around the corner, gets to the 40, spins 45 up to the 50-yard line. 1st down.
Yeah, good move by Harris Iverson as he come around the corner.
That'll be a gain for Preston. 1st and 10.
Got through one tackle, broke one tackle, and then spun around and went an extra 3 yards up the field.
1st and 10.
15-yard run for Iverson, his biggest of the night. And 1st and 10 for Preston, right at the midfield stripe. Two receivers to each side. Rawlings actually lines up in the slot right. Single running back in the backfield with Knapp out of the shotgun. Knapp rolling right, getting to the corner. Little option pitch outside to Iverson. And gets across the 45 to about the 43. Did I see a flag come down?
Yes, a flag came down. I think it's a late hit out of bounds.
Yeah, let's see what the flag is going to be. There's a personal foul against Century. That'll be yardage added on to the end of the run. As
horse collar tackle.
Horse collar called against Century.
The Diamondbacks.
Either way, it's a dead ball foul at the end of the run. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, and to push the ball all the way across the Century 30-yard line. They set it down at the 29. 1st and 10 again for the Indians.
This is the best drive of the night so far for the Indians.
Knapp throwing across the middle. He's got Iverson up to the 10-yard line.
It's about a 20-yard gain for Preston.
That was threaded through 2 defenders into Iverson's hands, and Iverson was actually laying out to catch that ball. Good job by Iverson.
Back-to-back 1st downs for the Indians. 1st and goals. It gets just across the 10-yard line. So nice catch by Iverson. Moves the chains again. Again, Knapp under center. 2 running backs in the backfield behind him. Toss comes to Thorson. Breaks one tackle, puts his head down, gets up close to the 5.
Initiated by number
maybe a gain of 2.
Sutton finished off.
Give him a couple on the play. They'll actually mark him at the 7, so it will be a gain of 2.
Goal.
Just the 2nd carry tonight for Emery. And it's going to be 2nd and goal from about the 7 when we come back and start the 4th quarter. After 3 here in Century, it's been all Diamondbacks. They lead 61-10 after 3 quarters here tonight. Take a timeout, back in the 4th right after this.
KACH.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and
At Rounds & Associates Insurance, we've been in business since 1948. And while many of the faces may have changed, there's one thing that still stays the same: our personalized customer service. Our customers will always come first, whatever your needs. At Rounds & Associates Insurance, we have many different insurance options and can find the right option for you and your needs. Call us today to find out more. 208-852-2500. 208-852-2500, or drop by the office, 85 South State Street.
KACH. KACH.
So Preston has the ball to start the fourth. Second down and goal from about the 7-yard line. Low slant pattern underneath to Iverson. Tackled immediately. That'll get him. Whoops.
Third and goal from the 5-yard line.
Get him a couple of yards. I'm not sure what the referee is motioning at. Motioned at Century a couple of different times. Not sure what he's trying to do. Either way, it's third down and goal for the Indians. Ball spotted just inside the 4-yard line. As we start the fourth quarter here tonight, 61-10.
Okay, looks like they got confusion.
Am I in your picture? As give it to Rawlings. Rawlings straight ahead. Tate powers in for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Preston.
Yeah, good carry by Tate. He went right through the middle, and he just kept his feet moving and dove into the end zone, taking a couple of Diamondbacks with him.
So Rawlings goes 4, gets the touchdown. For Rawlings, that is his third touchdown rushing on the year. And now here's the extra point as Owen Pearson on to try the extra point out of the hold of Iverson. The kick is up, and it is good. And it is 61-17. Time out of the field, 10:23 to play here in the game as Preston nibbles in that lead just a little bit. 61-17 Century. We'll come back to kickoff right after this.
KACA.
The year is 1945. America is at war with Japan. The average home costs $5,000. And a day's worth of hard labor will earn you $9. 1945 is the year West Motor Company said, hey, let's sell cars in Cache Valley and give people a better car buying experience. Today, 75 years later, West Motor is still giving you a better experience. Right now, enjoy 0% financing or save more than ever on a new truck or SUV. See westmotorcompany.com for pictures, details, and discounts on every vehicle.
WestMotorCompany.com.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Preston lining up for the kickoff here. As it looks like
Owen Pearson going to do the kicking honors. He's the one that kicked that pooch kick.
Yes, he did
last time, and so
I'd expect another one.
Yeah, I'm expecting the same thing here.
Tyler Schill was down here warming up. Here's that pooch kick again. This one's going to go out of bounds.
That kick goes out of bounds.
So they'll spot the ball at the 35.
That'll be a penalty inflicted upon the Indians.
So 1st and 10 for Century at the Preston at their own 35 as the kick goes out of bounds. And again, looked like Schill was warming up to come in and play quarterback. As
Tyler Shell in at quarterback.
And he is. So call it a night for McKee and Romrell, who put up some pretty big numbers here tonight against the Preston Indians.
They don't even list him as a quarterback.
No, they don't.
Number 11 is listed as a quarterback. I thought would probably be their backup.
20 of 23 for Schill for 253 unofficially. 1st and 10. Handoff straight ahead goes to Roberts. Actually, that's not Roberts. Who is that?
That's 55.
Jackson
Tuia, the ball carrier.
Jackson Tuia, number 55, the ball carrier, loses a yard.
2nd and 11.
As Tuia now will come out, and they'll put Roberts back in. 2nd down and 11. Clock runs under 8 minutes to play in the game. Show out of the shotgun. Single running back is Roberts, 2 receivers to each side. Give it to Roberts as he gets back up near the line of scrimmage, and that's about all. So give him a yard. It's 3rd down and 10.
And again, a good job by the Preston line. They're doing a great job holding that run down. A loss of yardage last carry, and got back to the original line of scrimmage.
Windward and Larson right there. The 2 big anchors right in the middle of that line. And it's 3rd down and 10.
Tate Rollins and Ethan Pearson on the line.
Roberts again, the lone setback. Here they come. They're coming after Shell, and they got him, pushing all the way back to about the 15.
Well, they'll give him forward progress at about the 22, 23.
Good pursuit by the Indians. 5 different white shirts back there as they came on the blitz, and to bring up 4th down and a lot as they'll spot the ball all the way back at about the 22. So 4th down, call it about 23 yards. They need to get out to the 45 for a potential first down, as this will be a punt situation here for Century. Can you remember another punt they've had tonight?
This is the first one I've seen
tonight. I don't remember one.
Yeah, and this is the first 4th down that they've had that they've been behind the chains, behind both sets of chains.
Somebody comes running in late, then realizes, oops, I don't have to be there, so he comes running back off. Here's the punt. Almost just did get it away, as Iverson's going to watch it bounce at the 42, and the Century's able there to down it right there. It's actually Shell who downs it. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Preston at the 42-yard line.
This is the best field position that Preston has started their downs on, clear up to the 40-yard line.
So next week, Pocatello at home. And here's the deal with Pocatello. With a couple of their players being exposed to the virus, they were put basically on quarantine, and they're not allowed back on campus until Tuesday of next week. As long as no one tests positive before now and then, they can still play the game Friday night at Preston. The keeper here by Knapp going to roll left and almost had it stripped away as he got about a 5-yard gain over on the far side and finally spun out of bounds.
Yeah, it'll be about 5 yards for him. He had to run a long ways to take the handoff and then rolled out to the left to go upfield.
If someone does end up testing positive, 2nd out of 5 coming up, they have to they'll start, and if possible, if Pocatello can play, as this pass underneath caught by Cole Harris. Cole breaks one tackle, breaks another tackle, still on his feet, up across the 30 down to about the 27-yard line.
Of Century, so that was a great run, and Cole broke, like you said, 2 tackles on the way down the sideline.
23-yard gain and a first down for the Indians. Potentially, time called, officials timeout over on the far side. Potentially, what would happen if they cannot play the game on Friday? They would extend that game to the first of the following week. And Preston would look at a situation where they'll likely have to play twice in less than a week. Because that's if Pocatello can't play next Friday night. Because the final Friday of the year, the Snake River would stay scheduled for that final Friday.
Well, let's hope they can play. We need to keep things consistent.
They need to be able to get the game in. Yes, I agree completely. What I don't agree with is putting Preston behind the 8 ball and having to play twice in a week.
Right.
That 25-yard pass and run by Cole Harris unofficially puts Knapp over 150 yards passing tonight. Clock runs down under 4 minutes to play now. Rawlings on a little bit of reverse as he gets down across the 20 and into about the 17-yard line.
He's a hard runner to bring down because he has some strong legs and he keeps them moving, and he gets those extra yardage through that strong play, through that strong run.
Another first down for Preston. 3.5 to play here in the contest. Knapp going to throw. Throws it outside here. It's complete up to about the 10-yard line as they get the ball to right.
That'll be a 7-yard gain.
7-yard gain.
That tackle made.
Be second down and about 3 from the Century 10-yard line. So So here we go again. They go quickly. Left lob to the corner, and it's caught by Inglet for the touchdown.
Yeah, nice catch by him. He went up and got that one. But then again, the defender gave him the room behind in the end zone, in the corner of the end zone. So great job, great throw, and great catch.
So a 10-yard touchdown pass to Inglet makes it 61-23. And again, Pearson on to try the extra point. Here comes again a late addition to the offensive line here. Somebody didn't realize special teams were on the field for Preston. And here comes the snap, the spot, and the kick is up, and it is good again by Owen Pearson. 2:22 to play. Actually looks like it's a running clock, so it's going to be probably under a minute by the time they line up for the kickoff. Another quick timeout. We'll be right back.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric in Preston, Idaho. It's what we do.
Proud member of the Co-op. We save you money on advertising and enable you to reach more customers. We are KACH, Preston, Clarkston, Mink Creek.
So the Indians line up for the kick. It'll be Pearson to kick again.
They're going to reset the clock to 2 minutes and 2 seconds.
As Pearson, a little pooch kick, and now whistles right at the kick. Are the officials not ready?
No, they weren't ready. They're trying to get the clocks sent back to 2.
Now they set it to 2:20, which I think is too much. I think you're right at 2:02. As no,
the Preston coach was telling him, "Hey, they're not coming out. They're just wasting time. Get them back out on the field or stop the clock." And so finally the official come out and stop the clock.
So they reset the clock back to 2:20. The kickoff was whistled off by the officials, so Pearson will line up and do it again. 61-24. As this little line drive kick, this one again is going to go out of bounds.
I don't understand that kick.
That line drive kick 6 feet off the ground, straight out of bounds. I don't get that one either. There's no reason for that. If you're going to do that, kick it at somebody.
Yeah, kick it at them. Let them.
Out of bounds penalty called against the Indians.
Now the referee says wind the clock. And 2 minutes to go, 2:15 to go here in the game.
See, now they'll just probably knee down. Why even try? They might run one play.
So lone setback in the backfield was with the quarterback, Shell. Shell to turn the wrong way. Nobody give the ball to, so he'll keep it for himself. Runs up to midfield. He'll pick up 5 yards.
Timeout.
And now timeout called by Preston.
Why?
I agree completely.
I'm sorry, but
you want to save the clock down by 30.
And only a minute and 50 seconds to go. It just.
I reserve I will not comment.
Well, I was just asking. Help me understand.
Yeah, it's a teaching moment. Plenty of teaching moments tonight, I'll tell you. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Naylor Insurance for home, health, life, and auto insurance from Mutual of Enumclaw. Naylor Insurance at 153 North State Street in Preston. You can call them at 852-0810. So second down and 5. 1:50 to play. Shell wants to move the running back over to his left shoulder this time. Now he wants to throw. He's going to throw deep down the middle and coming over and incomplete. Trying to make the sliding was Gifford.
Flag on the play.
And what are they calling
he wasn't even near him when the ball got there.
But how come he's calling it pass interference? He slid and missed the ball, and now they're going to call it pass interference. That's a ridiculous call. I'm sorry.
Pass interference. Called against the Indians.
Terrible.
15-yard penalty. 1st and 10.
He wasn't even, and
Diamondbacks.
Brecker wasn't even near him.
No, he wasn't. The bag judge threw the flag, and that's a meaningless call. 1:20 to play. 15-yard penalty against the Indians. Moves the ball up to the 35. Inside handoff. As running into the crowd there was Lang. Gains maybe a yard. And again, Preston's going to stop the clock.
Preston.
So Preston stops the clock with 1:05 left.
Is this some kind of chess match or something that I don't understand? I don't know.
So next week, West Side back in action. We'll have their game for you again here next week. Preston at home, hopefully against Pocatello. Both teams back out on the field again. 1:05 to play. 61-24. Century on top tonight. We'd like to thank all those people watching online who have stuck with us throughout the game.
Yeah, it was hard for us to be here.
Shell wants to throw. Here comes the blitz, and they got him back to the 45. It was Larson got him there first.
Timeout.
So big Rhett Larson busts through. Going to be a big loss on the play. Back to the 45-yard line, and once again, Preston takes another timeout. That's got to be their last with 59 seconds left. I'm about to officially recognize winter as being here.
Yeah,
it is cold out here tonight.
It's nippy. My toes are cold. Of course, we're outside. We're usually, most of the time, we're in a press box. But.
Yeah, we'll be back inside next week.
Yeah.
So, 3rd down and 19 coming up here for the Century offense with a minute to go in the game.
They could still knee the ball, knee it down, and not even have to get their 4th down off. You know, they could just.
They would. They're going to show 2 receivers to each side. Actually, 2 receivers to the left side. A pair of running backs with Shell in the backfield, and Shell will take a knee. Preston can't stop it, so it's going to run. It'll get all the way down to about 15 seconds, 13 secons.
And even with a penalty, it won't stop because it's a running clock.
Even with a penalty, it won't stop. That basically is going to be the end of the game. As Century led big at halftime, added a couple of more touchdowns in the second half, as did the Indians. Indians had 3 touchdowns in the second half tonight, but it's still not going to be nearly enough. 61-24 as the clock runs down with 20 seconds left here in the game. And runs under 15. They still got 5 seconds before they have to snap it. There is the call for the delay of game.
But like I said,
and it's a running clock. It's not going to matter before they can spot the ball. The clock. Now they stop the clock with 3.4.
Now they'll wind it.
Now they'll wind it as they spot the ball. And there's the horn, and the game is over. Final score here tonight, 61-24. Century wins it. Back with a quick wrap-up right after this.
Tonight's game is brought to you by West Motors, celebrating their 75th year in the Cache Valley. Stokes Market True Value, with the freshest meats and produce, and now preparing and selling sushi. Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care in all of the Cache Valley. Rounds & Associates Insurance Agency, an independent agency with many options for all of your insurance needs. Preston Auto Parts CarQuest, for all the parts your car may need to keep running strong. Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and the surrounding communities since 1925. Ralph's Construction, building homes in the Blue Sage Park region in Preston. Naylor Insurance, for home, health, life, and auto, the Mutual of Enumclaw. Preston Pharmacy, now with their own phone app to help make tracking your prescriptions easier. And by Cornerstone Realty. When you're ready to sell your home or purchase the home of your dreams, call Cornerstone Realty. They want to be your agents. Now, stay tuned for the postgame show, coming right up.
Your kitchen will soon be filled with the delicious, warm, homey smells that come with holiday baking. You might want to start stocking up on the ingredients you'll need from Stokes Market in Preston. Get 5 dozen large eggs for just $3.99. Butter is 2 pounds for $5. And on the cereal aisle, you'll find Malto-Meal bagged cereal for $1.99. Price is good through next Monday at Stokes Market. And ask the service desk for help installing the app for digital coupons. You'll be shocked at the savings you'll find. Shop, enjoy, save. Stokes Market.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that $20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NC.
If it's time to sell your home, retail property, or land, make sure to hire the realtor that has your best interest in mind. This is Mike Hansen, broker at Cornerstone Real Estate. As a licensed real estate broker in Idaho and Utah, I have over 20 years of experience helping folks successfully sell property. I would like the opportunity to help you list and sell for the best price as quickly as possible. Call me today to schedule an appointment. Let's work together to make the sale of your property as simple and successful as possible. Mike Hansen, 801-510-1.
This is the Preston Indians postgame show. Coming up, we'll recap tonight's game, take a look at the final stats, and a look at other games from around the area on the Ron Keller Tires scoreboard.
Welcome back here to Century High School. As tonight it was all Century Diamondbacks as they pick up a 61-24 win over the Preston Indians. Yeah, we talked about it at halftime, John, and it really tell the same consistent theme in the second half, that Century really did nothing wrong all night.
Right, they played almost a perfect game. You know, the passes were on, the catches were there, their defense was superb. You know, playing the defense perfectly. Preston was just outplayed tonight, just that simple.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just that simple.
Yeah.
And, you know, bright spot, it's going to be a long ride home. They got a long week ahead to prepare for Pocatello. But you know what? It's football.
Yep.
Get in there, have fun. Don't let it bother you.
Yeah, it's
over.
It's one of those rivalry games. You know it's going to happen once in a while. And playing against a rival like the Century Diamondbacks. You know, and Century trying to bounce back from losing at Preston last year and taking one on the chin last week against Thunder Ridge. They had a little axe to grind just to get their team back feeling good about themselves. They kind of took it out on the Indians. I'm not saying they ran the score up. No, they just made sure that they played well in every facet of the game.
And I was totally impressed with their receivers. Their running game didn't tell me a whole lot, but their receivers and Fleischman, he was right. Or Romwell, he was right on the money.
Yep, he sure was
right on the money with his passes.
Well, we're going to wrap it up here and pack up and head home, as it's been a very cool night out here at Century. I want to thank the folks at Century for the reception tonight. They're very welcoming and made it possible for us to bring you the game here this evening. As we get ready to say goodnight, want to wish everybody a good weekend, and we'll keep you posted on what happens for next Friday's game against Pocatello. As of now, it is still on. As long as nobody has any more exposures or positive tests that come back for the Pocatello team, like I said, they are able to go back to school on Tuesday, and we'll have to keep you informed on what happens after that. So until then, the executive producer of Preston Indian Sports is Val Cook. Our studio coordinator tonight has been John Beverly. For John Slaughter, my brain's frozen. For John Slaughter, I'm Dan Everett. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you next Friday from home against the Pocatello Indians. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting, LLC.